9 cycles have passed. When the gods deem mortals too powerful, they decree a race between their avatar and the mortals to determine their worth. In the race, the mortals are granted a chance to engage the very gods themselves. The mortals are granted a chance of survival. The mortals are granted a chance to become gods. Lose and see all mortal life removed from the Kryn, and the next cycle begins. This race is the final command of the gods to their mortal counterparts. This is their dying order.
Hello everyone, welcome to the beginning of the stream. And amazingly, everyone is in their places and I didn't check. Oh, thank you so much for arriving at the correct times into the Zoom call. Hello everyone, it's been 9 years since we last saw you all. We're back once again with another episode of Dying Order, featuring me and all of these wonderful people, most specifically me. And some others are here. We're going to be playing some more D&D, but before we get into it, it's very important that we find out from Katie Peters Plays where I can purchase a particular item. Any idea?
Any sort of smoothie store that is local in your neighborhood, just ask for peanut butter and banana and some greens and some protein powder.
I thought you were going to tell me where to buy a shiwi, but you went with a smoothie.
Oh. I don't know where you buy the shiwi. I don't even remember where I saw it, but it's a thing.
Yeah?
And you can buy it. Oh, I think because Millie posted that she had something to do with a shiwi. So maybe it's on Amazon. Go find yourself a shiwi if you need it.
Why is KP's Place talking about a shiwi? Find out tomorrow on her stream. Go and question her on her own stream. I refuse to answer what that was all about. It's been a little while. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Those of you that went to PAX, you had a good time? Did you have a good? Did anything exciting happen? I know PB was on panel.
Great. It was awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You really sold it.
Yeah,
sounds like you had a great time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You sound like you went to a funeral last weekend. What the hell? You didn't go to PAX at all. How was that funeral? Yeah, it was great. Okay, don't bring it up
was
again.
It was PAX.
No,
it was really, really good. It was exciting. I got to play Streets of Rage 4, which I'm really excited about.
When was Streets of Rage 3?
A long, long time ago, probably before you were born.
Are you saying that because I've shaved my beard and I look slightly younger and you're making a joke about how I look 14 now?
Yeah. Well done. Yes.
Okay. I actually remember playing Streets of Rage in a pub when I was when I was a child. Even younger than when I started drinking at 8 years old. I was playing it on like one of those things. It was like the first game I ever played on an actual arcade thing.
Yeah.
With the 2 buttons and then.
It was one of the first games I played as well. That was like a fighting game, and I really, really liked it. So it's the coolest story. A developer kind of wrote a love letter to Sega, like, I love this game. I just let me do it. Let me bring it back and remake it and make a new edition, I guess. And they loved his pitch and they said yes, and it's fucking great. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I can't wait till it comes out. Yeah, really, really good.
Sega's still around? I thought Sega was just like a bonobo monkey in a dilapidated office.
Bonobos are fucking terrifying.
They're so scary.
They know how to use thank you. They are fucking horrific.
Super scary
creatures.
I thought Sega went bust, and they were just they just have like a actual single office, like one room with a keyboard that's attached to nothing, and one guy sitting in there in nothing but his pants.
Well, maybe that's what the meeting was like. Maybe he walked in, there was one guy just sitting there in his pants, and he's like, "Please let me remake this." And he went, "Sure, I don't give a shit."
Yeah, whatever. Tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, just saying, go.
Yeah.
So maybe
Streets
maybe
of
that
Rage 4
how
is
it
just
went.
it's just an A4 piece of paper with a doodle on it. And they send it out to everyone. They just photocopy it. It's a flip book. What about you, Disby? You had a good time there? Tell me something that happened to you at PAX.
Oh, well, I got to see my favorite characters from one of my all-time favorite games, Animal Crossing.
Yeah?
And I did pick up a D&D board game. It's like a collaboration with the Betrayal series and then Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm. Best game
Yeah.
ever, that.
Looks really rad, so
Yeah.
I can't wait to try that out.
Betrayal
Yeah.
at Baldur's Gate is
Yes.
the most
the one.
fun.
Oh,
We
nice.
played that here for a shill show, haven't we?
We've played it a couple of
Yeah.
times, yeah. We had a couple of
Nice.
episodes of Ragtags where we were like, let's not play the
Oh.
actual D&D, let's just play that instead.
Oh, I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's real good. Real good. It has like
Yes.
lots of
You'll have a blast.
replayability as well.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just need some friends to play it. That's all you need. And, I don't know how you get those, but I'm sure that you could do it. I'm sure that you could do it.
Yeah.
Pocket, you didn't go, did you, to PAX?
No, and now I think I'm just gonna avoid conventions for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What
I
bit?
mean, TwitchCon EU, I was gonna go to that. That got canceled, and then I don't know. I didn't go to PAX. I haven't been to a PAX in a while, honestly. So
I've never been to one.
I used to go to PAX West a lot and PAX East sometimes, but I haven't been in years now. So
Tell us the real reason why.
yeah, because I haven't been going.
Oh, just because you haven't gone. All right. There has to be a there's something there, like you went.
Yes, driller about it live on stream.
That's exactly what I'm
No.
doing right now. Something happened. I want to know.
No,
Because I
nothing-
need a good excuse when people say to me, why aren't you going? And I'm just like, I just hate them. I can't stand it. I'm a misanthrope. I can't handle
I
being around so many people.
There were other conventions I'd rather go to that were more work related than PAX, so I went to those instead, like Twitch.
Oh, like cosplay ones.
Yeah,
right?
cosplay and then
There was
TwitchCon were
Not
like
a lot of
bigger deals.
cosplay at PAX. I did notice that. There were some really good ones, but it wasn't as much as I was expecting, I guess.
Mostly for gamers. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is a convention where if you want to meet a bunch of gamers, like you go there. They don't really go deep into cosplay or anything. You definitely like TwitchCon did a better job at that, and there are conventions definitely that like even the Kansas City Planet Comic Con has tons of cosplay, and I just don't see it like that at PAX. Especially the quality of cosplay. So there's better conventions for that.
Which one? Which
I
is the
mean, there's a
best
lot.
one?
Oh, I mean, that's debatable. I would say a lot of people that I've heard that were in the cosplay community said Dragon Con or Anime Expo, stuff like that, depending on what kind of cosplay you're doing. So, yeah. And if you just want a lot of cosplay in this under the same roof, then San Diego Comic Con.
Bam. I'll go to that one.
That one, I don't know. That one's chaos. I don't like that one as much. So.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go in cosplay.
Go to Dragon Con.
Okay.
There you
All right. I will.
go.
I'm going in cosplay as Katie Peters plays, though.
Okay, that works.
Is that okay?
We'll know who you are. I mean,
Everyone will know
guaranteed
exactly who
people
I am.
stop you for pictures and
They're gonna
it'll
be
chaos.
they'll be freaking out.
Yeah.
Is that the real
Don't need
KPP? I'll be
bodyguards.
like, I am the real KPP. Only
And we look the
KPP now.
same.
We do.
Yeah.
And we both look exactly like Miranda from Mass Effect too.
Uh-huh. People bringing that up in my stream the other day, and I was like, Brad already did a poll on this. I'm sorry.
People won't stop talking about it in my stream. I've deleted my channel.
Yeah.
'cause I
I
can't
mean,
stand
it's
hearing
the
it.
right choice at this point. It's gotten out
I
of
thought you were
hand.
gonna say I can't stand you. God damn it, Brad.
Do you watch my filter going the
Yeah.
entire time I'm on Tablestory? There are just like there's probably about 150 things that go through my head, and I'm like purge, and then I go, oh, that sounds really nice. Katie Peters plays. Because yeah. All right. Well, I guess you didn't go. You didn't go either, did you, KPP?
No,
I wish she had. I want to meet her.
I
Two have
know.
never met?
It
I
looked
thought
like it
you
was a lot
guys
of
like
fun.
No.
went to school together or something. the
No,
way-
it's like every other convention. We just keep missing each other. She'll go to one and I'm not going that time, and it's awful.
Yeah. That's industry speak for one of them is avoiding the other, and we've got to figure out which one it is.
Fuck off. No.
I know exactly what's
It's-
happening here.
It's not what's happening.
My money's on
It's
PB,
expensive.
100%.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know. I thought I met KPP through you, Pumpkinberry, and I thought that you two were like childhood friends.
Well, we are. We just didn't grow up together.
All right.
Okay.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah. Whatever that means. We just don't know. So D&D. Last episode was a long time ago, and even I can't remember what happened. There have been lots of theories going on in our Discord channel, and I've been keeping an eye on them, for I have planted many seeds. 7.
What do you think about
purges
the
went
most
there.
recent one that was posted not today, but yesterday or maybe the day before?
Let's
from
read it.
Sal.
Find it and
Yeah,
read it.
let's read it. Uh-huh.
Oh, this is an essay.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that one? Just,
It's
out of
let's go.
curiosity.
Let's see what it says. Sal says, "I think it's very likely that Ellie has demonic ancestry."
Where's the creepy music? You should be like music right now while you read this out loud.
Let me see if I can get you some creepy music going. Can't use that one. Can't use that one either. All right, that one's good. No.
Why do you have like a whole thing of
So many.
creepy music?
So many creepy musics. Because there's a lot of creepy things in the world, and you guys just keep walking past them. Da 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 da. Just not even bothered. You guys are like, oh my god, we're gonna have a fight outside of the tavern and argue amongst ourselves. There's like 100 evil things. You remember that bit in Men in Black where he has to shoot the thing that he sees, and he picks the girl holding the books, and there's all this stuff around them. You guys are the girl holding the books, and there's all the things around you, and you guys are concentrating on all the wrong things.
Okay.
God, our Brad just likes to listen to scary music in his spare time
I
while
do
he's
actually
plotting
do
to
that.
kill us all.
Yeah, that's
It's really bad
probably
if
accurate.
I do listen to like creepy music or intense music, because then I'm like, I come up with a much better idea, and I'm like, oh, and I write it in, and then I'm like, oops, this whole campaign just went into the danger zone. It says that I think it's very likely that Ellie has demonic ancestry. There isn't evidence to support it, but it fits a pattern. Numera said that she sought to discover what came before the current cycle. I can't read, this isn't that Sal can't spell. She learned that demons existed across all cycles but lost their memories. She met Suna's father, who had a connection to Lord Chibba, who's an ice devil. Chibba was also seeking answers. Subsequently, she had a child with Ezen, which became Suna, a demon enslaved by or in the service of Chibba. So why was this group chosen or destined to stop Deavaki? So Sal is saying that there's a big connection between demons and the whole campaign, and how you guys came to be the chosen ones. What do I think of it?
Yep. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm watching all of the micro mannerisms on your face as you react to this.
This is the stupidest,
Nothing.
stupidest
This
thing
was
I've
the-
ever read in my life. Stupidest thing I've ever read in my life.
All right, should we play?
Yeah. So last time, by the way, all that theory crafting is awesome. I love it when I go because I go in there and I creep on it every now and then. Quite often I wake up and read some of the
What caused me to panic. I read that right before
when you wake
bed.
up or
and-
whatever.
Yeah, and then I read that right before bed, and I was like, well, and then I woke up this morning being like, but what if?
Yeah, there's all sorts of
Oh,
theories that come
God.
up. Sometimes I'm like, haha, they fell for the dumb red herring, and sometimes I'm like, oh damn, they've got it, they've hit the nail on the head. And sometimes I'm like, damn, that's better than what I've written, but I now can't change it to that because I'm locked in.
Because somebody's figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. If you wanna jump in on the theory crafting, then all you got to do is join our Discord, the Tablestory Discord. There are links all over the place that I'm sure you can find depending on where you're watching this and when. And obviously, if you're very far in the future, you'll probably have to scroll back through a few things. But week to week, for the most part, people are theory crafting quite often about what's going on. And that goes for all of our shows. We do have a new show. If you want to jump in on episode 1, just before episode 2 happens on Wednesday, the new show is called
Gone. And it's on our YouTube, Twitch. It's already up on Spotify and Apple and all that if you want to listen to the podcast version. But yeah, it was great. It went really well, I thought. Brad, how did you feel about it?
Terrible.
Okay.
And as far as I'm aware, there's a lot of theory crafting for Gone.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't gone in there yet.
Oh, good. Because I had everybody put spoiler notifications for you guys, and then within 5 minutes I was like, oh nope, they shouldn't be reading this after I told you guys it was cool to go in, so I'm glad you guys didn't.
I've learned not to trust Twitch chat. Not from spoiling things or whatever. No, I haven't been in there yet. I'm still very fresh to it. She's crafted a world and a new campaign in which us as the players, or at least there's 3 of us that don't know what's going on. I don't understand what else. I don't understand anything. She won't let us know anything. I don't even know the system we're playing. It's crazy.
That's not true. You know the system, but
I know
you just
but
aren't able to. Yeah, he's not able to open it.
I haven't read the book. I don't know the rules, and I don't know anything about even the theories. The only theory I have is the one that I've made up in my head based on the least amount of knowledge that everyone is even available to the viewer. So yeah. But it's fun. It's really fun. I play an intelligent character in it. So if you want to come and laugh at me not being intelligent but pretending to be, then Gone is at what time?
4:30 Eastern.
And it's daylight savings, by the way. If you're in the EU for the next week or 2, all of our shows will be an hour earlier. The channel runs on Eastern time. That's how we run everything, and we base everything around EST times. So if you're an EU kid, America had their daylight savings. Clocks go back last night forward, and that means that there's a dissonance between the time zones, and I hate it, and it drives me nuts. And here we are. So, Dying Order. Last time, a few things have happened. You guys are in the city of Bellona in Alexandria, which is predominantly a sort of human-based continent in the world of Lacrin. You guys have bowed out from the Dying Order, which was a thing decreed upon you from this godlike creature called Ahi. You kind of discovered a few things with the help of Aura from the future and Suna's mother, who is also known as Mother Numera. The Dying Order is kind of a load of baloney set forward by this ancient god known as Deavaki, who has twisted the cycles of life that have been happening in the world so that this thing, Deavaki, can stay in power, in the most prominent position of power, rule over everything without ever being usurped or replaced, which is apparently the way things are supposed to go. You all kind of worked some of this stuff out and then headed it out of this decree, this Dying Order, and decided to figure out a way to stop the world from ending, basically. All this snow is falling. Everyone is going to die eventually. There's a celestial snow that's falling across the entire world, and slowly but surely it will end all life on Earth, and then everything restarts. So you're trying to stop that. That's what you're trying to do. But instead, you all decided to get drunk and have a fight outside of a bar.
Listen, it's realistic, okay?
It is so realistic. It's exactly what would happen. The last episode saw Ellie go and visit the Assassin's Guild, the Shadow Syndicate. She met with her leader, the elusive leader, the strong and cold Zack. leader of the Assassin's Guild, and explained to him pretty much everything that's been going on, where she's been, that she is now some sort of undead thing known as a lifeless, and that she wanted a fellow killed as well. You also you put a hit out on someone. You got some information from him. It wasn't a huge amount of information that was able to directly help you here, other than the fact that Bo is apparently the illegitimate son of a very famed knight in town, and you also then all met with somebody known as Kalugi Salatio, who is a demon hunter that seems to be the only person so far that you've met who has any connection or has met with Ezen, which is the name that Mother Numera gave you. Really your only clue as to where to go, what to do, and how to find Suuna's father. Ezen/Xerxes, you found out, used to run a casino under the guise of being a human, but is in fact a demon. But Kalugi Salatio revealed that he had slain this demon, or the demon had killed his family, and kind of just didn't want to be involved in this thing, didn't want you guys to get involved in it, and was trying to put you guys off from it, but slowly but surely was somewhat dragged into it. You also met with Elden Grimm, who is a sort of paladin or ex-paladin of Bane, who is obsessed with sort of domination and killing and control. Believed Aura to have challenged him to a fight. Aura, mistakenly country girl in the city, didn't have any idea what the hell she was doing. But in doing so, he was able to do a sort of divine sense thing, in that he was able to determine who was and wasn't demons here. He worked out that Suuna was some sort of half demon, and you also realized that he could maybe prove to be somewhat of an asset in a way. Ellie went and spoke to him and managed to get him on side. Suuna and Kalugi kind of chummed up a bit towards the end and decided to drink, and Bo and Aura went off to bed. But as a 6, as a 5, partially with Kalugi kind of involved, you had decided that your plan here was to rest and then go and look into the next clue that you got, which was to look into this fellow known as Jacquin, who is the high priest of the Temple of Auril. The Kalugi seems to be completely convinced that this person is involved in some way with demon activity. He also believes that the Queen is a demon, and he's also a drunkard. He also thinks that Bo is Jacquin's father or something along those lines, because he's convinced they look alike. Did I miss anything out?
I mean,
There's a lot
other than
to
the
throw
weird
at.
fact that like Ellie asked, we don't know what conversation happened between her and Grimm, but all of a sudden Grimm is like working with us, which is fucking weird.
Yep.
That's it.
Ellie got him on side.
Yeah.
Ellie knows what happened there. Okay, so it was a pretty heavy-handed previously on, but it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I needed it. Thank you.
So what I want to do is jump forward through the next day, through the evening and through the next day.
I was on, I don't know if you remember this, I was on my way back to the guild.
Yes, I want to ask what you did, each of you, in that just maybe, I don't know, 20-hour span. I doubt it would have been the entire thing, but your plan of attack was to head over the next evening. You were going to meet again at the tavern that you were in, which was the Flute and Owlbear. Relatively high-end, pretty decent establishment. So meet again with Eldon, Kalugi, and with each other if you were not together. Ellie did sort of keep running away, convinced that their asset that they have. Currently, Elden Grim is currently an asset to you. A big, strong paladin who can kind of sense demons within a limited range. However, Ellie did also put a hit out on him. So she's paranoid and anxious about that. So presumably you went back to the guilds to inquire about that or to adjust that in some way. Is that what you would have done? Just basically, I'm going to go to each of you and we'll find out what you did in the brief downtime rather than play it all out, because I'm sure most of it was just sleeping and eating and relaxing, since you need to do your long rests to get all your stuff back. So what do you think Ellie did? And then we might roll depending on what it is that you are trying to do.
Well, I would say that there's sort of two things I think she would have done. One is she would have said, okay, I need you to delay the hit on this guy. I'm working with him. He's an asset to me right now and I need him. But he's still a threat. So afterwards, I think that's what she would have said.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. You're in a weird roundabout way. You're kind of like the princess of the Shadow Syndicate. You're famed. You have a decent amount of sway, not just from being from a bloodline of assassins that are renowned, but also just through skill. You're an extremely proficient assassin. So you have a decent amount of sway. You also are very oddly close and not close at the same time with Zach. You have a very strange relationship with him, but he does seem to do what you request to a degree, which may sometimes seem odd as well. I know that PB was confused about it, about how Ellie can just waltz into the office and say, kill this guy, and they just do it, which I don't think, by the way, is necessarily a thing you've maybe ever even done before. So but they still
because usually Ellie's the one they go to say kill this guy, and she's like, okay. So she's never, when she walks in and says I need this guy killed, that probably means something bad for her. And
I think also you have some chips that you can cash in at this point. So I mean, Zach accepted it without question and put somebody on it. So yeah, I think you can delay that hit. When do you want it delayed till? Did you give a specific time, or was it that you was like, pause, we'll suspend that and then we'll come back to it when you want it?
We don't know how long this is going to take. So, I mean, there wouldn't be a certain amount of time. But I would have given him the information of like where he usually is and what he does. Like he drinks and challenges people to fights. And then said, he's going to be escorting us. So I'm going to need him while he's doing that. And then afterwards, we'll be done with him. So,
so
and not just that he's a threat to me, but he's a threat to the people that I'm sort of like working with right now.
Yeah. So I think they would have accepted that. I don't think there's any role or anything you'd need to do. And that's also... fine. And did you have a second thing you said you would have done?
I wanted to go talk to Zach one more time.
Okay.
The leader.
All right, we'll come back to that then.
Okay.
Bo, is there anything specific you did? I know that you guys, one of the last things that we saw you and Aura do was go to your rooms. You guys had rented rooms at the Flute and Owl there.
We decided to get the one room together. Yep. So it'd be one nice slumber party, and I guess I'd get really comfortable and I'd start undressing, but I would I like to sleep in my underwear. Okay, so I have my wonderful heart boxers, which I've been wearing for days, but they don't know that. And I just I'd prep myself. I like to put on a sleeping mask before going to bed. So I wake up feeling gorgeous, and I just do my regime before I go to bed, and I let the girls have the bed, and I'm just gonna sleep on the floor.
All right. And what about the next day? Is there anything you would have done in town, or would it just be relaxing and just go get some food?
Breakfast in bed, baby.
Breakfast in bed, which is
that's right.
The ground.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's nothing in town that you wanted to get done during this downtime. We're kind of doing a downtime thing of fast forwarding through the day.
Not that I can think of, because I definitely want to avoid the ladies downstairs, because I'm usually bringing in a lady or two with me to the room. Then they're probably questioning like, what's up with Bo? What's he doing?
Yeah. Do you go outside at all? Do you think you went around town at all?
Maybe I went out for a stroll, but that's about it, and then went back to the room.
Do any pickpocketing?
You know what? I'm feeling frisky. Okay, you know what? Maybe I did do a bit of pickpocketing.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check.
Alrighty. Oh God. I hope it wasn't anybody familiar. Oh God. Okay. All right. Here it goes. Oh wait. Oh no, it didn't. Oh what?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
A 9.
Oh God.
It was a terrible day. Roll me a d6.
Oh no! Oh my God! Dang it! You know what? I had a feeling.
2 copper. You can add 2 copper to your inventory. You probably spent the day kind of maybe a little rusty. Maybe this whole thing is in some way taking its toll on Bo. There is some level of stress or subconscious distraction that's maybe going on, and it's keeping you off of your game for a lot of the day. Every now and then you might go for a certain pocket and there's nothing in there, or you might think twice about going after somebody who looks a little more noble. Every now and then you'll see someone you do recognize, so you avoid them and run away. So yeah, maybe I think maybe you spend some of the day, every now and then you kind of go to pick a pocket and you grab 2 copper by the end of it before maybe dejectedly heading back for some lunch and head back to the Flute and Owlbear. What about Aura? What did Aura do in this time? Is there anything specifically that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I know I would just rest the night before. I'd probably eat, crash up in the room with Bo. I would probably sharpen my sword just out of anticipation that Grim might jump on me at any moment. And but then I would take most of the night to just rest. But if I can do something the next day, I would go out and find a shop to get the sage, lemon balm, and ginseng for my herbalism kit.
For my memory.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Why do you make me roll, Brad?
This is if you can find the. You've never been to this big city. Imagine going to
21.
New York for the first time when you've lived in, I don't know, Indiana. Is that a good one? I don't know America.
That's pretty good.
And you look at for sure there are places here that sell these things, but where to go, where you're looking for, you might get lost, might get turned around. But I don't think you do. On a 21, I think you quite easily locate a merchant who sells all sorts of little plants and spices and things from what seem to be
basically find me
all over the world. And
hey, coma plant.
Yeah. You find somebody that sells all the items that you're looking for: sage, lemon balm, and ginseng. Now I'm just gonna roll one.
Just make sure it's ginseng and not Siberian ginseng, because that is a mistake that people actually make in real life. And then
luckily,
you don't have energy.
Siberia doesn't exist in the Kryn.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, you get lucky. The person would have probably inquired with you what it was for. Do you think you would have told the truth, or?
Who is what is the aesthetic and demeanor of the person inquiring?
For intents and purposes, she looks like a medieval version of Pumpkinberry and acts like it too.
I'd probably just be like, just one.
Don't tell her the truth.
No. I would probably say it doesn't hurt to have some supplies for memory loss. Like some very vague kind of, it's to deal with memory, but
She recommends that you add whistleweed.
Okay. So I'll pick up whistleweed then as well, because even in real life, I'm very much like, if someone makes a recommendation, I'm like, yeah, I'll get some of that too.
Yeah.
So I'd add the whistleweed.
Whistleweed is, go on.
I'll ask her if it has any side effects or changes the properties of the memories.
Whistleweed is very strong. It's the type of thing that she pulls out from underneath her market stall and brings out an extra little thing, and it's like a dried out thing that she seems to keep. Doesn't seem to have a lot of, she's got all sorts of things, sage and lemon balm all just poured out on the front of the what's it, but she doesn't, she brings out some whistleweed. It seems to be a little more pricey. And she says that it's a lot more powerful and it can have some hallucinogenic effects. But with the items combined into something like a tea or maybe a broth or a soup or something, it has extremely potent but beneficial effects on memory.
I specifically ask her for a recipe with exact measurements so that I do it properly.
Let's see if she knows. She says she doesn't know exact measurements of the other three things, but do not use a lot of whistleweed. Just a pinch.
Just a pinch. Okay.
And I'm going to work out how much this costs you. Did you bring money with you into the big city?
I did. I did bring money with me.
Let's see here. Because I have a very specific thing that I meant to bookmark because I assumed you would do this. Here we go. Okay. So, roll me a d4.
Okay. 4.
4. And, okay. So, that is 3 gold. Most of it is for the whistleweed.
Okay. I will pay her 3 gold. I have 34 gold on me.
Yeah. You have what is essentially about 1 spoonful of whistleweed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so I know for myself, do I have stuff to make tea? Or do I need to buy a teapot? And
you know that Suna does.
Okay.
But I don't know if you do. Does anybody have a herbalism kit in the group? You do? Because you might want to use one of those as well. But that would work as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Suna has all the items that you would need. You could easily purchase it as well if you wanted to buy those items.
Well, in my head, I had heard of this recipe, and I feel like because of how much her memory loss has affected her, I wanted to get the things myself so I knew the quality of them. And
that's so sweet.
And well, you don't remember your kids, and so I want you to remember
a little bit, but
yeah. So I just wanted to go out and get like higher quality things so that we could make the tea, and I think in a lot of ways do it right the first time. And so I probably just grab those 4 things, and head back to the room, and I'd probably just start putting together like a little satchel so I can make her a cup of tea later, and start getting the measurements and being very careful to put how much whistleweed in. And
yeah. Roll me a nature check as well with advantage.
Okay.
Just to see if you know what whistleweed is. A 20. You do know what it is, though you've never heard of it being used for memory. You do know that it's like a potent thing, and it is essentially kind of like a drug. It would be the type of thing that somebody in the modern day would maybe be like, it's like mushrooms, dude. That kind of a situation. Nothing too like hardcore, nothing really like addictive or anything terrible about it, but still type of thing that some people might more associate with being an alleyway dealing as opposed to a herbal remedy. But as a flower, it's a very rare flower. It does grow in Alexandria. You may even have found it in your own woods. It's not common, but it's not extremely rare. And when you walk past it and walk through it, the reason that you know of it at all, maybe you were taught this, is less to do with the botany side of your family here, and more maybe to do with the rangering and the hunting side. When you walk through whistleweed in the forest or in the quiet, it whistles loudly when you brush against it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how you know where it is. So it's common among rangers and people like that to know about it and to be aware of it for that reason, because you obviously are hunting and things. Okay.
Well then,
yeah.
Yeah, I would only put a little bit in, like even less than what she recommended.
Yeah, I think you can do that. You don't need to roll for that. That's a
Okay.
common sense thing. You know the info. And then Suna.
Yes.
You spent the evening drinking with Kalugi, so I need a Constitution saving throw first.
All right.
You were a little tipsy when you first started drinking with Kalugi, and he is hardcore.
As am I.
Yeah. Damn. Yes, you are. Okay.
Oh yes.
I mean, you don't have to have gone hard, but if you did go hard, you don't have a hangover the next day.
100%. Yes, I did. And
Yeah.
I probably spent the evening with someone. If you'd like me to roll charm, I don't. Whoever would have me, probably in the bar.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, roll me a charisma check. Just a flat charisma, in fact.
Oh,
It'll be fine.
I did a save.
You have
Is that fine?
proficiency?
I do.
Knock it off, whatever your proficiency is.
Let me see what it is.
I haven't got anyone's sheet open. Check. Proficiency is 2, so that is an 18. Yeah, you find someone. Who is it?
Oh, let's see. Well, can I assume I spent the evening with Kalugi?
No.
All right, I didn't think so.
Nuts.
We'll say
Kalugi, by the way, I think. Give me a perception check.
I assume he's still hung up on his wife. Perception, you said, correct?
Yeah.
15.
At some point in the evening, Kalugi just vanished. I mean, it was like one of those drunken situations where you guys are hanging out talking a little
Where'd he
about
go?
nothingness, and then, at one point you were maybe going to the bar or going to the toilet or something, and then you came back and he was just gone. No sign of him at all. Yeah.
The druid goodbye.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it was probably at that point that I found someone. We'll say I was going to say it was probably a woman of the night, but I failed so miserably at that I probably would not have attempted that again. So I'd say I made eyes maybe at an old man maybe who was drinking from across the room, and we probably went off together.
On an 18, you basically have your pick of the bar here. You can have like...
Oh, well then a young steed.
Yes, a young steed. Eventually, yeah, you meander across the bar to find some younger, presumably human guy.
It
Slightly
doesn't really
younger.
matter.
Also drinking, seems to just be a resident of the town. You didn't get his name.
No.
You didn't get his job.
It's not important.
And when you woke up, he was gone. I rolled 3 2s in a row then. What are the odds of that? Is my dice weighted? Let's switch it out, just in case I want to kill someone today. Let's bring back the other dice. I switched the red dice, which is my oldest dice ever, with my new Anna the Newt die, and rolled a 1 with it just as a test. Great. Today's the day, Aura. If you're going to be doing any fighting, today is the day, because I'm rolling 2s and 1s. Yeah, so you just spend the evening drinking, I take it?
Yes.
And then eventually wander up to the
Hardy.
room, or is this the room? Did you get another room with this random guy?
I don't have any money. No, I'm sure we went to his room.
Okay, let's see if he had a room.
I hope so. Otherwise,
He didn't have a room, but he did
well then.
pay for one.
Perfect.
So, yeah, when you wake up, he is gone. You are probably not feeling great, but you are not hungover on your con
Right.
save there. Is
Perfect.
there anything you would have done during the day? Specific?
Ooh, well, get breakfast, maybe go for a walk. Yeah, that's probably about it. And then get ready. I'd probably hang out near where we're supposed to be meeting because I tend to get lost and forget where I'm going. So
Yeah.
probably around there.
Okay. So, the last 2 checks before we head back to the Assassin's Guild. Suna and Aura, roll me perception checks.
8.
12.
Suna, roll me a d12.
Oh dear. Why? 9.
9. Do you have any gold on you?
No. I
Oh,
have
dear.
absolutely 0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your mess kit, tinderbox, rations, water skin all go missing while you're
Wait,
wandering around.
How many? All of my rations and all 3 of my water skins?
Yeah, I don't know if this was in like a little bag that you keep inside your satchel or on your pocket or anything.
I do have a backpack. Yes, a travel pack.
So maybe there's a smaller satchel inside that bag that
Little
contains these
shithead
items.
robbed me.
And yeah, at some point during the day, you lose this little pouch. Maybe someone mistook it for something like a coin pouch or something that holds valuables. And while this stuff might be valuable to you or might hold any level of sentimental value, they don't take any gold or anything. But at some point you realize that there's a cut in your satchel or in your backpack.
Do I have to notice it or do I just lose these items?
Oh, you notice this like when you get back, that there's a cut in the side of your backpack, very finely cut by some sort of extremely sharp blade, and someone's grabbed something out of it.
I'm so sorry. Could you repeat again? That was my mess kit, tinderbox, rations.
Tinderbox, rations, and water skin.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's a lot of rations. They must be very hungry.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So at some point
Farewell, mess kit.
At some point today, you did lose those items. Bo, you gain a rations, a mess kit. I'm kidding, you don't really.
Jesus! Oh my God!
But it's not from me. It's from somebody else.
Yeah, no, you don't
from.
really.
Oh God!
One of his little children, he's like Fagin. Some little Oliver Twist comes running up to him. Master Bo, look what I got you. No, not really. I think Bo's he's not the Fagin type of pickpocket.
I work alone.
Although it would have been cool. And now I have my next character made. So, one scene then from last night that we probably want to see. Before any of this stuff happens and before you guys meet up again during the day or just as night is falling for the next evening before you begin planning things, first of all, everyone, you all get all your spells and hit points and things back because some of you were a little wanting. Ellie, you return to the Assassin's Guild. You go in, you find the either the person who's got the hit out or is in charge of the hit, or go and see Zach about the hit. And
I think I go up to the person that like kind of is old. I would say it would be like an older person that maybe doesn't do hits anymore, but they kind of assign them now.
Mm-hmm.
They're like in charge of assigning them, and I would go up to them and say, "Hey, I need you to modify this a little bit." So.
Yeah, I did have names. It was either Briord or Holocron. Holocron, not Holocron. That's a Sith thing, which is probably quite relevant here as well. But
yeah,
and my notes are split across 2 different documents at the moment because I've got a town one and another one. Yeah, I mean, you probably speak to him and he completely defers to what you say and holds off on either whoever he's sending or whoever is being sent. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, Briord was the halfling. Holcon is the old dwarf.
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be him.
He's probably more like he's out of the game. He's still probably very dangerous, but he's out of the game directly.
He's one of those, he's out of the game, but he still like trains people a little bit and
He's doing all that. He's like Vesemir. He probably has some level of sway over the day-to-day running of things. You know, he's like a manager of the Assassin's Guild, middle management for a fucking Assassin's Guild. And then you probably head back towards Zach's office. Do you just walk in again?
I'd say I knock this time out of respect.
You knock. There's a moment or two, and then you hear a kind of muffled, "Yes, come in."
And I walk in.
I think Zach is shocked to see you again twice in one evening. And I think you don't even need to roll for it. It's written plainly across his face as you head in. He's an older guy. He's maybe in his 50s. Quite lithe, but very strong looking in across a set of leathers similar to your own. Doesn't seem to be armed, but he's in this dark room with all these weapons that are laid around the walls and fine looking ancient weapons and elements of killcraft and 3 sets of old assassins looking attire. One might be his and the other's probably just ornamental. And then there's a big desk in front of him. When you guys came in earlier on, or when you came in, there wasn't much going on. There was some papers, and there are quite often maps and things. There's often ledgers. They keep a lot of ledgers, and one of the walls here has got lots of books, thick tomes, leather-bound things that go back hundreds of years by the looks of things, that keep notes and information on important family members, nobility, hits and things like that. You can see that there are like 3 or 4 of these that are on his desk at the moment, as if since you left an hour, 2 hours ago, he's been poring over them. When you come back in, he closes the tome that was open in front of him. And again, he kind of looks up at you, a little surprised to see you, and says, "Oh, you've returned."
I grab a chair and I pull it up in front of his desk and I sit down in it, which last time I believe I stood. So I sit down pretty comfortably in front of him. I say, "Yes, I had to make an adjustment to the hit I put out. I somehow managed to convince that guy to work with us for a little bit."
Gold?
No.
Death?
No. It doesn't matter. I just I needed the hit delayed just a little bit. Thought I would pay you another visit.
Very well.
A lot's happened in the 6 or 7 days that I've been gone, and I'm sure you can see that. And I think at this point I would take my hood off and I'd lower my mask, and it would just show like my white hair, red eyes, white skin.
Yeah, he's again like a little weirded out by it, I think.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I don't think he hides it from you necessarily. He seems to be relatively open in his expression with you.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever really been someone that tries to be like, "I'll never show anything to me."
Yeah. Even though he 100% does it with almost everyone in here.
Yeah. But yeah, I've just been through a lot, and I got to see things from a different point of view. I mean, we were in that temple, and I got to see my own eyes ripped out. Hell, it almost happened to me, and it really had me thinking that there's a lot I really took for granted in my life back here, and I just wanted to say that if I come back, I promise to dedicate myself to you and the guild once more.
He takes in a moment. He doesn't respond instantly. I think he lets it sit for a second before saying, "I understand that you think me a cold person, but I have had your best interests at heart."
Well, I think I can see that now. It took a while for me to see it. I mean, obviously, I turned pretty cold myself there to you and to everyone else. So I think I understand now. And I reach into an inner pocket and I pull out a knife. And it's the knife that I killed Gertrude with. And I slide it along his desk to him, and I'm like, I held on to this a long time because I was so angry at you. It kind of kept me going, but I don't think I need it anymore.
He looks at the knife but doesn't touch it at all and says, "This affliction of yours, do you know much of it?"
It was a curse. The curse is, from everything I can tell, it's gone. It ruined this arm, but I can still use it. And pause. Did Grimm tell me about this curse? He did.
He said that in his best guesstimate, what he
that no matter
was.
what, I'm not getting my soul back, but I can hunt down the person who did it to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's possible that you could get your soul back, but really, It's not really his thing.
Yeah, I thought so. It was a curse. I killed a lot of people. They all deserved it. But in the end, once the curse was fulfilled, it summoned a witch, and she took my soul, and I'm pretty sure she's out there still doing that. So after all this is done, I probably need to hunt her down and kill her. I might be able to get my soul back, but we don't know yet.
And your body, is it going to falter, rot?
No. I just have to stay clear of clerics and paladins.
Will you age?
No. I mean, I'm technically not alive, technically not dead. They call it a lifeless. Have you heard of that?
See if he's heard it. I've heard the word.
Yeah, well, it's sort of what I'm stuck doing now, is trying to figure out what's next for me. So after this, I come back, I keep working, and I mean, maybe I can be one of those people that ends up recruiting and helping train and be around for a while, a solid figure in the guild.
He leans back in his chair, kind of steeples his fingers, and says, "I had hoped that one day you might lead this guild, frankly."
Well, there's still hope in that. If I don't, if nothing happens to me, hunting down the gods, or whatever it is this mission is that I got summoned to be on.
The others will respect you, but they will also fear you. Fear in healthy doses can command further respect, but can also drive people away.
I think you know me well enough to know that I'm not gonna rule with fear, though I will demand respect.
You might not need to rule with fear, but you certainly look rather frightening. Even to a hardened assassin, do you think they will follow a monster?
I wouldn't say I'm a monster. I'm no more of a monster than you are. I might look it. Maybe I can just get some makeup. A little blush on my face and put a little color back in my skin.
That may very well be true. But perhaps you should look into this particular affliction of yours.
Yeah, that's something I plan on doing. And if you wanted to pitch in a little bit of help on looking into this, it would be great. But I plan on diving into it after I'm done.
Our resources are vast. And we can look into this for you. Do you have a name, a place, other than where you acquired this curse?
Well, I got it while I was in Dustvale.
Plenty of witches in Dustvale.
There's a lot of shit in Dustvale I've never seen before. So, have you ever seen a spider bigger than most of these buildings in this place?
I don't intend to step foot in that backwater, corrupt wasteland.
I think I need to roll if I remember the town name. Because I don't know if I remember the town name and the person.
Yeah, give me a history check. You can have advantage. It wasn't that long ago in character.
Yeah. 21.
21. The town is New Thin Dune.
Okay, yeah.
And you have had a couple of strange visions. One in particular was the vision that you had of being surrounded by the clerics and soldiers, which is not a memory of yours that you have. It was something else, and you recall when you chose somewhat to use the last of your energy to try and take them out and try and crawl away and escape. They kept shouting at you a name that sounded like Keris, spelt a little differently just for the sake of it. On a 21, I'm going to give you that as a part of your memory. The area that you recall this memory taking place, the sensation that you got when you saw this strange woman sort of pulled from you when you passed out in the Pyreheart Manor, all felt the same. All felt like the same kind of energy, and dark, kind of cold energy that you might associate with this witch.
And do I have any idea of like where the visions take place and where the witch was? Do I have any idea like where that would be? Like, what does that feel like where that is to me? Does it feel like it's Dustvale, or does it feel like it's a different city?
Give me two more history checks.
Okay.
One of them you need to
advantage, right?
Straight up. If you crit on the first one, nope. Okay. Second one, 9.
Oh.
You get the sensation for sure that it was Dustvale.
Okay.
But you don't get it. You don't see like oh wow, that was the barber from New Thin Dune or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like a sandy area. There isn't much of this memory that isn't yours that you can draw upon from what you saw around you. But there was sand, and there was members of the military there that had sort of strange wraps on them that remind you of the wraps that the sandwalkers might wear and that kind of thing, and Dustvale like Suna's clothing. So I think you for sure believe this to have originated in Dustvale, for sure.
Yeah, then I would tell him, yeah, this woman, I've seen her. I've seen her, I think it would be from her point of view, visions, and it's all in Dustvale. All of it, I think, originates there, so I'm probably going to have to go back there.
But
we'll see.
You brought her here?
Oh, no, she ripped my soul from my body, and apparently I passed out for a day. Everyone thought I was dying, and then I woke up and was this.
It sounds like you fed her the blood of those Pyrehearts, and it sounds like you freed her.
Yep, which is why I need to go put her down, I guess.
You do not believe her to be in BAME?
I mean, I suppose she could be there. I imagine, based on my visions, that she'd want to go back and hurt the people that perhaps trapped her or hurt her, if these visions are hers and they're not mine. I mean, that's what I guess I would do if I were in her place. But if she's just a tormented soul, then she's gonna probably hurt whoever and whatever.
Do you think she will come for you?
It's a possibility, but then it just makes my job easy, right? Finding her.
Witches and hags are not easy prey, even for one as talented as yourself.
Yeah, I'll have to warn the others that I'm with, so we can be on the lookout for that.
Very well. And you have no name?
Karis? Does that sound familiar?
Not to me. I know very little about the witches of Dustvale, but I can look into it.
That would help. Might help to talk to a cleric. I can't exactly walk up to one myself.
I know a few. I shall look into it for you. You will continue with whatever you're doing, and if you return, and your mind hasn't begun to rot away inside your own skull, then perhaps we can discuss our next move.
Sounds good. You can keep the knife, by the way, when I start to get up.
Very well. Be careful.
Yeah, that's the plan. And I start to walk out, unless he stops me.
No, he just watches you walk out. He's still kind of sitting with his fingers steepled. He just keeps an eye on you as you head towards the door, and then you head out.
Yeah.
And where do you stay for the evening?
I'd probably just stay in one of the quarters there, because they have a bunch. And I don't necessarily need to sleep, so
yeah. I mean, you have your own apartment, home. You have your own. You have for sure access to quarters here. You could also stay in the tavern.
I probably, honestly, I just stay in the big round room, or the meeting room. I just sit there and sit by like the fire.
Yeah. I think maybe a couple of the other assassins come by and they see you, and they're, both shocked and a little afraid and confused as to how you look and what's going on there. Maybe some of them question you on it, and maybe some of them don't. They have that. All of the more well-established assassins here are all pretty similar. They're all quite cold and distant. No one's really friendly. You guys are constantly losing people, and also everyone who isn't a newbie has been through the initiation of their own, and I think everyone after that day is forever changed. And but I think you probably spend some time there. Most people ask you of a recount of like roughly where you've been, what you've been doing, why you look the way you look now. Are you honest with them?
I'd say a lot of the people that talk to me are probably going to be like the initiates talk the most.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're like freaking out.
Yeah. The veterans and stuff, they just give like a nod and keep walking, because they've probably seen just as much as I have at this point.
Do you think you're honest with anyone?
I think especially with the initiates, I don't want to scare them and say, oh, I got cursed and witches are now after me and blah, blah, blah. I think I actually just joke around saying, like, I try to joke around even if I'm terrible and say that I was experimenting with disguise kits and it went bad.
Yeah. And the next day, do you do anything during the daytime?
No, because I'm stocked up on arrows. I have my daggers and stuff. Like, I think I'm pretty good otherwise.
Okay. So, the evening passes. Couple of you sleep, couple of you drink, and then sleep. Or whatever kind of half sleep. Suna enters and Ellie enters and...
Oh, there was no sleeping.
Right, yeah. I meant after the night's activities. And the next day comes. Those of you that go out and do your things, go out and do your things. It doesn't seem to be anything other than a normal day, apart from the fact that obviously the sun is high in the sky and it's the middle of summer, yet for some reason the entire city is frozen over. The snow continues to fall, big, large snowflakes constantly landing and settling across the city. There are Lots of people that seem to have been mustered and quickly employed by the nobility or the merchants of the city to keep a lot of the roads here clear. Some people you can see are in charge of continually breaking the ice of the canals and rivers that run through Bologna. A lot of this place runs on the small canals and large rivers, but there's also pretty large roads that run through a lot of the outside of the town. The closer you get into the center of what is known as Old Town, which is where you guys are, the center of Bologna, is a lot more tightly packed in. Vendors and taverns and markets that sprawl across these kind of winding cobble paths. But the further out you get, it starts to get a little more widely built. And though it's what's known as New Town on the outskirts, it is newer builds, yet poorly built slums somewhat. Yet the roads are much wider because they have more carts. They don't use the canals. Because of that, this area that you guys are in during the day is pretty packed out. Without the use of the canals, everything is taking everyone longer to get around the place. People that are coming and going from
are pretty crowded.
Yeah, people that are coming and going from the tavern are pretty moody as well.
All right.
Having to deal with the snow, and the evening last night had a lot of people having fun and enjoying themselves. But during the day, there's a solemn kind of frustration over the city that I think you guys can all feel and notice, as it's not really like coming to a standstill, but there's a lot more essentially sort of medieval gridlock, especially in the area that you're in. There's an area of the town that you keep hearing being referred to as the High Town, or where the fortress is, which is where the nobility and the military housing are, and some academic buildings and things like that. And that's up on like a plateau up at the north side of the town. I think you hear a lot of rumors and people just talking about how nobility and all of the military people are really having a difficult time getting up and down and in and out from that area, which is starting to make people feel a little uneasy. And in doing so, they've started to employ people to start breaking up the ice of the canals, clearing the roads of snow, and trying to get this place functioning again. But you get this kind of sensation that the city, the town is frustrated, and the snow is really starting to mess with everything. Whereas in Bane, people were starting to straight up panic because of the lack of food and hunting available. People in this town have still got plenty of food and access to their vendors and markets, though there isn't a lot of stuff coming in. It's more of a frustration, and access around town itself is becoming difficult, and slowly but surely I think you guys are able to feel that sensation in the city. Eventually, I think probably all of you meet up again. Towards the end of the day, as the sun begins to set, and you guys find yourselves at the Flute and Owlbear, which I can never remember and should have named it myself, because I can always remember things better. Do you guys go to that same table that you were at last night with Kalugi on the second floor or the first floor, ground floor? What do you do? First floor, second floor?
I think so, because we said we would meet back here. So I probably would.
Who do you think was first to the table?
I was there.
Ellie was just there.
Right.
Before the sun even came up, I was walking back and just like waiting against a wall.
Who was second?
Probably be there with a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll probably likely be there with
This is the afternoon, though, right?
This is like sunset. Yeah, this is at the end of the day. You guys have all done your daily activities. You will have had some food. You guys have had enough rest that obviously all of your things have replenished. You've probably milled around, done whatever basic daytime things you need to do. Most of you might be feeling a little fresh as well. There's probably an area in this place where you're able to take a bath, clean yourselves. It wouldn't be necessarily like the greatest available, like wonderful bathroom suite, but it's a decent establishment. You chose to go to a relatively high end for old town establishment. So they would have a bathroom, like a little mini bathhouse that's in there that you could use, clean yourselves. So your clothes would probably still be a little dirty, areas with little patches ripped and maybe some blood stains and things from the long journey that you guys have all been on. I think you guys can have probably had baths and food and maybe feel a little more alive, because this has been a pretty long stretch of time where you've just been kind of on the move and constantly going. There was a bit at Fame at Aura's house where probably you were able to relax and maybe wash a little, but here you can get a decent hot meal and a bath and have had a genuine rest in a comfortable bed without being attacked by an angel. I think you probably all feel relatively well rested, considering the journey that you've been on so far. So I think, if Ellie is at this table already, are you drinking or anything, Ellie? You got food, drink? What's going on? Or are you just sitting?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
She's just sitting there.
Sitting at an empty table.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's already
I think it's
taped
obvious
knife
that,
underneath the table, just totally prepared.
I think it's obvious that like she's thinking about something. Like she's really deep in thought. So
the first person to show up as the sun begins to set and this place starts to fill out again. It's around sunset. This place starts to really pack out, but I think people have been coming in for multiple hours. Again, sunset, because it's the middle of summer, would be quite late. It's probably something like 9 in the evening, or 9 in the evening, something like that. But because of the snow, it's very confusing. But people will have been coming in over the last couple of hours and getting food and dinner and beginning to fill the place out. Before eventually you see Aura. You're the first to arrive and approach the table. As you're walking over there's just an empty table. Constantly people have been coming up to you, Ellie, and asking if you want a drink or whatever, and they get a little confused and maybe a little perturbed that you're not like buying anything or you're not even staying here or anything like that, but they're not.
They get perturbed, but then I look at them in their eyes and they just kind of like back away.
Right. I don't think anyone's really going to mess with you, and it's not packed out yet, so there's no one's going to be coming over to really roughly try and move you on. When Aura, you head over to the table. Have you gone and gotten yourself any food or drink as well, or are you just going to the table first?
I'm coming to the table and I have a cup of tea for myself and then just a cup of hot water.
Yeah.
Or a mug of hot water so I'm coming over with 2 of those and I sit down next to Ellie.
Yeah, and it's still relatively, there's a few tables up here that seem to have people on them. There is a small bar that did open up last night at one point, but no one is working it at the moment. It seems to be like an overflow bar that has some kegs and things for people to grab a quick mead, a few tankards and things. But at the moment there's maybe 2 or 3 tables up here out of a possible 15 that don't have anybody at them. The hearth is to the left of this table. If your back is to the wall, there's a hearth to the left of it, which gives you a little bit of a cover from the majority of the bar on the other side of you. And then there are 2 tables away from you, one that's got like 4 halflings kind of already a little too drunk. One of them's already on the table dancing around, and then another table where you can see a young looking human, maybe a teenager, and a slightly older looking elf who maybe work a store or something here that came in a little while ago. But it's quiet and relatively secluded up here, it makes for a decent meeting place, and no one else. As Aura approaches the table, Ellie, what do you guys do?
I would just sit.
Yeah, I look up at her and nod.
Have you been here all night?
No, I got here about an hour ago.
Where are the others? And I just sidle up next to her with my 2 mugs.
Oh, I don't know. I went back to the guild, had to get something situated.
Well, Bo and I got a room, but Suna never came to the room last night.
I'm sure she's fine. She seemed to be having fun drinking.
Oh, don't you think you haven't seen her?
Not since I left, no.
At that moment, I'm going to start scanning the room to see if I can find Suna.
Let's see. Suna or Bo. Who shows up next?
I go next. I come down from the room I guess where the rooms are, and then I quickly make my way over to the hearth first, just to kind of warm my bottom, because we were having trouble with the fireplace in our room.
Yeah, you've also got significantly less fat on your buttocks.
That I do. So it gets a lot colder in that region now. It's tough. So after that, I then make my way and sit next to the girls.
Yeah, no sign of Suna yet.
I probably scan the room as well, like looking to see who's there.
What are we looking for?
Suna never came to the room.
Oh, wait, she didn't?
Oh.
How did you not notice that?
Well, I mean, I know she doesn't like usually sleep, but let's just say I passed out.
You were sleeping like a log.
Hope I wasn't too loud.
Does Bo snore really loud?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. That's fine. I probably had like a pillow over my head most of the night.
Well, that's a first. Usually I have people complaining about me all the time.
No, it's fine. I mean, I was really tired. But I got some stuff for Suna too. I made her a tea. So I was hoping she would be with one of you.
Oh, she'd love that. No, I can't see her either, and I also start scanning the room, looking for Suna.
Let's see. Suna, roll me a d3.
All right. 1.
A 1. No Suna yet, but there is a commotion downstairs. You hear the sound of a chair being broken, as if someone had picked it up and smacked it. You hear a few people gasp, and you hear one guy say, "Oh, sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." And then you hear the gruff voice of Elden Grimm, this paladin of yours, say,
"That's mine. My chair. Now it's no one's chair. You're gonna get me a new chair?"
"Yes, I'll get you a new chair."
"Off you go then. Quickly."
And then you hear the pitter-patter of a few footsteps, and then you hear a few people snigger and laugh at the exchange, and then you hear,
"What are you laughing at? Give me your chair."
"Oh, yeah, all right, here you go, no problems, yeah?"
"That's right. Put it there. Now go get me a drink."
"Yep, whatever you say, yep, that's a good job." You can hear this kind of going on downstairs.
I immediately pushed myself up from the table and started to walk down.
You can see that he's taken up his seat where he was yesterday. In front of the table, there is a broken chair. There's half a tankard of some sort of drink that he reaches across the table and drags towards him. He's wearing his same full armor that you saw him in yesterday. He just seems to constantly be walking around in this like scale mail with these big greaves. He has braces, but no gauntlets. His hands seem to be out, even though they would be gloved. Behind him is that very large greatsword of his, completely different in design to Aura's, but similar in size, with the black wash to it, with these kind of strange-looking runes and glyphs that suggest it might have some sort of magical properties, or at least it's designed to look like it does. Sat against the wall behind him, his bald head and scarred-looking face, with a little bit of rough-looking beard poking out from a particularly large jaw. He doesn't look over at you, though. He's just dragging this drink towards him, and he knocks his head back and drinks the whole thing.
I make my way up and everything. I stand right before it, and I say, "You're making friends already, huh?"
It was in my chair.
"Oh, yeah, I heard that. We were up there."
Yeah.
Are we allowed to sit here? We're gonna have to fight.
"I'll come to you."
You're gonna drink that first?
And then another.
You know what? I'll go get you another. Drink that fast. Meet us upstairs. How's that? I walk up to one of the ladies walking around and ask her to bring him one. In charge.
She doesn't even question it. She runs off. She's either scared of you or him, but it's fear. Sooner, roll me a d2.
A 1.
A 1. You turn around and maybe head back towards the stairs. Bo and Aura sitting upstairs. Aura kind of worriedly looking at the cup of hot water, which is beginning to cool. When there's another person that enters behind you as the sun sets and it now becomes relatively dark outside. The door swings open to the flute and owlbear, and another figure walks in, one that you recognize as Kalugi Salatio, this demon hunter. He's dressed a little differently tonight. Last night he had on a very large coat and this kind of very wide-brimmed hat with a flat top. He had all sorts of weapons all around him. Tonight you see him walk in. You still recognize him from his relatively long, blonde-looking hair and the eye patch over one eye. But he's wearing a cloak over his head this time. It's covering up a lot of his head. It sits relatively low down on his forehead, even though he's recognizable. The thing is very dark, loose, seems to be covering any weapons that he has on him. You can see that both sides of the cloak stick out, suggesting he has his two blades, one which looked silvered, and then a thin blade or a rapier that looked like it was just a standard steel-looking weapon. And he walks in, and I think maybe you see him look at Grim, you see him look at a couple of other people, you maybe even see him look at you, but he beelines for the bar and heads over towards the bar and just says, I'll have three, whatever. And hurry up about it, quick, upstairs. And then he turns and then heads over towards where you are, Ellie, and then walks past where you are. Come on in, we've got to plan all this slaying or what?
Alright. And I walk up after him.
Alright, I need a few drinks first. Demon slaying shouldn't be done on a sober tongue. Following out?
Sorry. Yeah, I just follow him. I like mumble something, but he shouldn't be able to make out what I said.
Yeah, he heads over to the table where all of you are sat apart from Sauna. He kind of pushes roughly past behind where you are, Bo. Watch out, old man. He pats you on the head.
Oh, yes.
And then sits
It's
down.
good to see you too, Kalugi.
He takes off his swords and leans them against a wall. You see him bring out a hand crossbow, a short-looking thing, a small-looking thing, but well-crafted. It looks like it was probably quite expensive. Pushes it onto the table, and then he brings out little box, puts it on the desk and slides it forward. On the top of the box, there are all sorts of strange-looking glyphs and runes. He unlatches it and opens it, and inside you can see a bunch of bolts inside the little box there, and he points to you and says, there you go. Got them for you. Well, half of them are for you, half of them for me.
Okay.
What is it?
Wait.
That's blessed bolts. Blessed, that is. That'll fuck up anything that's undead or a fiend or demons.
Should I not touch this?
I don't know if you know whether you can touch this or not.
I have a bad feeling. That's just my gut. I don't think Ellie should.
Like pushing them towards you. See if they fit in your crossbow there. Come on.
Is he looking at me?
No, he's looking at Bo. You didn't have a crossbow, do you? Or do you?
No. I was gonna say I don't have a cross.
I do believe I have one. Yeah, I do. I do have a crossbow. But I should keep this stuff far away from Ellie. But
what? Why? Well, because she's some sort of... Right.
No, she's allergic.
She's no, she's not allergic. She's what are you, a ghoul?
No, she don't tell her that. No, she don't. She's no ghoul.
I believe what these people prefer to call me is a vampire. I'm not, but that's
you're
what they
not a
prefer.
vampire, I'll tell you that. No, she's not a vampire.
Exactly. See, I told you guys, and I look at both Aura and Bo. Told you I'm not a vampire.
If she was a vampire, we'd already be dead.
Not yet.
Hey, you don't want to mess with vampires.
I never said you were one, so.
I don't call her a vampire. I don't want to call her a vampire. Nasty little bastards they are.
Sir, are you drunk?
What? No, I don't drink before dark. Well, I had a little sniffed, one or two bottles of whiskey.
So he's like, when I look at him, he's clearly drunk.
Super drunk.
Because I haven't met him yet.
He's super drunk.
Bo, just touch him. I think he thinks you're a demon still. Just touch him. See what happens.
Well, okay. And I equip him to my crossbow.
Yeah, he watches you pick him up.
Okay.
All right.
Does
Yeah.
it make
Nice.
you
See?
happy?
There you go. Okay. Make sure you use one of them, right? So basically, plan. What's the plan then? Wait, where's the other one?
Well, she hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, big headache, was it? I knew she couldn't handle that much drink.
Don't know if it was that. We don't know what it is.
What do you mean you don't know what it is?
We don't know where she's at.
Why don't you know where she's at?
Time he planted Norin spores north of my cottage, so when the wind blew in for the spring, I couldn't stop sneezing. And then
There she is.
I realized the bastard planted them.
There she is.
I selected. Well, thank you for taking me back. I got a little bit lost. I appreciate it. Oh, that's my party over there.
There is like the most frightened looking woman that's just like carrying a tray, but she's been gripped. You know, like when like an old person grabs you by like the elbow and like, just starts leading you out. She's like, I mean to be going to this table. If you don't mind. Yes, well, have a wonderful evening. I'll bring drinks up to you soon. And she goes back down the stairs. Like you brought her all the way up while you were telling this story, and then you head over towards the table. As you approach, is a good time for us to go to a break. The group have arrived, and we're going to go to a short break here. Let everyone go and grab themselves a couple of bottles of whiskey. You have precisely 5 minutes to drink 2 bottles of whiskey. I'm
Question.
kidding. Disclaimer. Yeah, go on.
Can Ellie get drunk?
I don't know. Maybe we can find out. You want to get drunk before the big?
No. I'm wondering if she even can get drunk.
Big demon hunt. Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out.
We'll wait.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out. Maybe if you're victorious and you can celebrate.
Okay.
All right.
Blood.
Yeah, that's what it is. You are actually a vampire. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're gonna go to a short break, and then we'll let these guys see if they can come up with whatever plan they're planning. I don't know what they're planning. Hopefully they got a plan. They probably haven't. And we'll see if you can get it underway. See if you can get on with this demon hunt. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Remember, we have a new show that started last Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern. It's called Gone. It's run by Pumpkin Berry. I can't point. There it is.
Me.
Down there.
The woman with the whistleweed.
You wanna advertise it? You wanna sell it? How do you sell it?
Well, it's a surreal thriller is what I've been saying. But you can either play the teaser or you guys can go check it out on tablestory.tv/gone. Brad's in it. KPP's in the first episode. Go.
Yeah, we had to fire her. She sucks. She's the worst one. She was in the first one and we were like, oh, you know when you do like you watch a pilot of a show and then for some reason the character's just not in it again from that pilot when they actually take it to. That's what we had to do with KPP. I'm kidding. I don't know why she isn't in it in my place the whole time as an actual person who can roleplay. All right. I'll run the trailer again. I'm going to run whatever trailer I've got attached to this thing. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks so much for watching. And, okay, bye.
When were you born? I know you, little one. Your eyes are blue. you see? I hear you. Your eyes are green. Whatever you are holding. Does it hurt? You were not this way yesterday. You are not this way now. You are a creation. You are currently creating. You are not born. You are not born. You are molding. You are molding. You are molting. I know you. But do you know me? I hear you. Your eyes are green. Your eyes are blue.
And welcome back to Tablestory's Dying Order. Let's see here. So y'all are in the tavern, and Suna comes to sit down at the table. There's a moment or two before the heavy footfalls of Grim also follow you across towards this table in the back room. One of the other tables maybe has filled up with some guys who maybe look like they've been working out on the streets, very dirty looking, wet from the slush and the snow. And they come in and they order some drinks and food and sit at a table a little ways away from you. But again, you remain pretty secluded in the corner. It seems like a good place for a private conversation when Grim comes to sit down next to you. Sitting at the table, you now have you four, Kalugi, who's had a few drinks delivered for just himself, piling up in front of him.
Would
Grim,
he notice if I took one for myself? It's whiskey, right? Or
yeah, I don't think he would. I think
great.
You and
I'll have
him are
one.
now drinking buddies, and he
buddies.
doesn't care. He's one of those drunks who isn't selfish, but you know, just continually orders drinks, and it doesn't matter who's drinking. It doesn't care.
Lovely. Then I will sneak one.
Yeah, I think you even need to sneak it. I think you're good. Grim sits down in front of where you guys or at the table, and as he sits down, he looks around each of you and says,
"So we're going to kill a demon. Point me at him. Where are we going?"
It's good to see you too, Grim. I think we're all still just getting settled down, or we're still waiting for Suna?
She's right there.
No, I'm right here.
Sorry. No, it's okay. But yeah, we're just, we just all got together. We don't even really have much of a plan.
Well,
Yes,
what did you find out?
Yeah.
I look at Kalugi.
Well,
I look like a
I
deer
mean,
in
what
headlights.
Did you find anything out about?
I thought you were the one that knew all this.
Was I supposed to find something out?
I just thought maybe it's been a whole day and if maybe you'd looked into it a bit. Nobody did anything to look into it.
Well,
All
if
right.
I would have known that you were going to be useless, I would have asked a couple of friends about
Right,
it.
well, listen, I might have done my own little bit of research, okay? Think I was just
Okay.
going to show up empty-handed? He
I hope not.
taps the box again. Brought your weapons, right?
Ooh, what's in that one?
Blessed bolts.
Oh,
Guaranteed
Alright.
to put a pinch into the little demon's... Right,
To the demon's what?
Grim leans forward and says,
Jacquin, what are we doing with him?
let me tell you something, Jacquin's a demon. I reckon we bust in there. Guns are blazing, right? We send in the big guy and the big gal, and they grab him by the arms, right? Before he can transform into a giant whatever the fuck. Horns and spines and tail lashing, right? Then the sorcerer shuts his mouth up. Silence, she says. Then we send in the old man. Wait, what can you do? Crossbow. You can point a crossbow at him. And then I'll ask. I'll tell him. What do we want? Wait, why do you want him?
I look at Suna.
yes. Well, he might have answers for us.
Why not just cut off his head?
Well, can he give us answers if we cut off his head?
I thought we were going to kill a demon.
Well,
Oh,
we
we
are.
are.
But
I don't know what we're doing. They're trying to find a demon that I've already killed.
we're just trying to get some answers, really.
Alright, what's the question?
I glanced nervously at Auril.
I guess you'll find out when we get there, won't you?
Right, so we don't want to desecrate. Alright, we're gonna walk in there fucking half-cocked. You hear that, Grim? We're gonna walk in there half-cocked into the fucking demon's lair.
I think we
Alright.
need more of a plan.
I agree.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I've got a good plan. Kick the fucking door down and cut off everyone's head in that place. Do you know where we're going?
Save one.
Grim, I don't think that you should be allowed to help with the plan.
Well,
Wow.
I mean,
not
I kind
seeing
of like
much,
this plan.
She told you.
not seeing many tactics coming from you.
Well, I have some. Is the hot water still hot, Brad?
Roll me a d20. See how well of a job you've done.
Well, the tea is piping.
A 4.
Nope. Like lukewarm.
I look over at Suna.
Mm-hmm.
I made you a special tea that might help with your memories, but I need to
Oh.
get more hot water. Do you think it would help in this situation?
I do love a good tea. Sure, I don't see why I wouldn't give that a shot. Why not?
I'll hurriedly get up and run down to the bar and see if they can get me some more hot water.
Fucking
Right.
tea. The plan is tea.
All right, listen, she's being sweet. I have some memory issues, and she's just trying to help me. Just be nice.
Right, so
So
what
I'm-
the fuck is tea gonna help us with then?
I don't know. She
Let's
just
see.
wants to make
What
me.
do
Hey,
you-
yo.
Are we gonna walk
If it's
in there
time
with the
for
questions?
beer, there's time for tea, okay? Let the lady have her tea.
Oh, that's whiskey.
Well, we still need to
Yeah, give
figure
me
out
some more of
anyway
that
what we're
whiskey.
doing.
I do have an idea, but I don't like it at all, and I would prefer that it be the absolutely very last plan, like Plan P or something.
What's plan
Okay.
P?
Well, I could just go in and say I'm looking, just me,
for family.
That's too dangerous.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
I wouldn't feel comfortable sending you alone, Zona.
Well, someone could maybe
wait.
come with me, but
Whoa, Bo, you got that thing you can do, right? You got that thing you can make people invisible, right?
I can, yes.
well, if I'm invisible, I can't very well
No, I'm
ask
not
them.
talking about you, but what if, if Bo and... How does that work, Bo?
So, well, I'd be able to cast invisibility on myself and anyone I'm touching.
So you can probably make invisible 2 people.
Yeah, no, I could.
Well,
So if you
if you mind, I just would like to... you know that we're going after a demon, right? We're not fucking hunting some little fucking...
Yeah, no, I think
Well, you've
demons are a
done
lot
this before.
I have done this before.
So what did you do last time?
Well, I fucking wandered in with a fucking half-cocked plan, and I barely made it out alive. That's how I fucking made it. And I fucking don't know what the fuck those things can fucking do, but they can usually fucking smell you. They can see around fucking corners. They can see through wooden doors.
Can they see you if you're invisible?
They can fucking listen in to whatever the fuck is going on inside your head. That's why you gotta get yourself one of these here rings before you fucking try that shit. You got the coin for it, right?
How much are they?
This one, fucking probably set me back about 500 gold.
Oh,
Worth every fucking penny, I say. Little fuckers coming at me every fucking time.
I look over at Bo, who is essentially our sugar daddy. Do we have enough for that, Bo?
I nervously shake my head. No, it's all gone.
It's when Aura comes back with a hot...
Yeah. And I'm steeping the tea, like I'm bouncing the bag in the water.
That smells potent.
Do you have any allergies?
I don't remember if I do, to be honest, so I guess we'll find out.
There's something called whistleweed in here. There's only a little bit.
Gonna give her some fucking whistleweed.
That sounds familiar, but
I can't. She's gonna fucking think we're all fucking demons by the time she's finished drinking that.
What?
Just here.
Well, I'll have a bit as well. Make me a cup. Come on.
No, you're not getting any, sir.
Oh,
You've
come
already
on, don't be stingy with the whistleweed.
altered yourself with the amount of alcohol you had.
Later.
Alright. Alright, so fucking she gets the hallucinogenics.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Taking care of me.
What the fuck is whistleweed?
I don't know, but it sounds like it's going to be a fun
fucking
time.
Substance is what it is.
All right, so invisibility is no-go. We ain't doing that with the demons. All right, so you got to come up with something else.
I'm gonna stand up while they're making the plan. I'll be nearby, but I do kind of want to gaze about the room and see who's in. Like, kind of just stay aware.
Give me a perception or an investigation check.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter as much. 13.
13. And what are you looking for specifically?
I'm kind of looking to see. I want to make sure no one's listening to us, and I also want to make sure there's no clerics or new paladins or anything that would be a threat. Or anyone shady in general. Like one of those, like, this person triggers my, alert system.
Yeah. Up here, it doesn't seem like it. The odds of there being someone downstairs and even being able to hear you over the noise that's being produced downstairs is pretty freaking low. Up here, there are just the 3 tables, a group of halflings who are already so inebriated that one of them is asleep on the table. There's the younger-looking man and the elf who just seem to be having a conversation and relaxing. And then the group of people that came in who are just about receiving some food, and you can see they're all just discussing the day, complaining about the snow, how difficult it is to actually shift the snow or break the ice, but yet it's nice to actually have a stable income. In a way, the snow is actually kind of useful because they have been employed. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anyone here who looks like they're necessarily looking at you or listening in.
Okay.
Okay. Suna drinks the tea.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say I
just
definitely stand here and watch. By the way, I'm gonna keep doing that.
All right.
So.
I would just like to say I think that aura is very sweet, but in no way do I think this is actually going to work. So I'm very casually drinking this tea as if it's not a big deal at all.
Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Let's hope it's as strong as when I have booze. 15.
Okay. Feel no immediate effect. The record.
What does it taste like? Hold on, I took notes on this tea. You said what else was in it?
Lemon balm, ginseng.
Yes. Okay, so lemon. I love lemon. My mother made lemon cake.
I know. I've had it. I'm watching her with hawk eyes because what I've read in books of how it's supposed to help. And I've never used the whistle weed, so I'm a little nervous. And then the drunk man's rambling about how it's a hallucinogen and all that. So I'm just watching her and listening to everybody else talk, but I'm just like intently staring at you, Suna.
She seems fine.
Okay.
Smile back at you. It's very thoughtful, Aura. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad it's good.
Delicious.
If everyone's done drinking fucking tea, perhaps we could get to planning.
Other people are drinking other beverages, Grim.
Yeah, but we're not planning. We should definitely be planning.
Well, I offered an idea. If anybody else has a better one, which hopefully you do, because mine should be very, very.
Well, we can't get the rings.
No.
Invisibility doesn't work.
I think we should prioritize the rings. Otherwise, they know we're coming. They know everything we're planning and asking. Well, maybe that would work.
There's no way that we're going to be able to afford those rings. We could sell Bo.
Hey, what?
I crack a smile.
I know a few guys we could sell him to. It wouldn't fetch a great price over the flat ass.
I beg your pardon. I think I'd fetch a nice price, but not to toot my own horn.
Hey, now, careful.
Worse.
I'd pay a handsome price for a night with Bo. You watch yourself.
Oh wow, I am. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, if you say so. I look you up and down.
I look over at Suna. What about? And I point to my tattoo.
What? I'm afraid I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
What if we could mess with time a little bit?
Oh, I hadn't considered that, but won't they just know we're coming anyway? If they can sense that we're coming and they can read our thoughts, then they'll know what's about to happen.
I can,
We'll lose any advantage we have.
Because I have a spell called Protection from Evil and Good. Do I know that would protect somebody against a demon?
Let's see here. Let me remind myself of the exact spell. Protection from Evil and Good. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them if the target is already charmed.
That is important. We definitely want to make sure we can't be charmed or possessed.
Might work, but I doubt it would do anything to shield against any telepathy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It would certainly help in several ways, but yeah, it's more of an active protection thing as opposed to shielding. I think you need a divination type spell for that kind of stuff. And yeah, what's your question?
How would all of the demon stuff work against a lifeless?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't think you know too much.
Never happened before.
What about, okay, I'm gonna turn to Grim then and be like, okay, well, do I have a chance? Would they detect me?
Or me?
That's true. Or her.
Well, I'd say she's got a better chance than you, even though you're an undead.
I wink at Ellie with my blackout demon eye.
Yeah, that could work. And it's just if they see us, right? That they can read our thoughts. They can't just read them willy-nilly, like, if we're in the area.
I have no idea.
Can't they see you through the... Let me...
Probably, I don't know, it depends, really. Some of them are more powerful than others, you know? Depends what we're after, and if you think we're after the same thing I was after from before, it weren't too bad, I guess it was not too... It weren't that... You know, it weren't like... It was pretty...
You were right there, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you, probably there's the worst night of my life and the most terrifying night of my life, and both of them were fucking connected, so I'll have another one of those drinks. well, you don't want me to...
We would
All right,
love
no,
for you
that's-
to come and help, but if it's a very traumatic thing for you, you don't have to come and relive it. I mean, every hand helps, but
All right, but you're going to walk in there and all of you are going to die, and then I don't get any fucking answers either. So I suppose I'll come with you at least to the door.
all right, at least to the door. Would you like some water? Maybe a glass of water?
Yeah, I'll have a glass of
Perhaps
water.
maybe a little later. I have something I'd like to pitch.
Sure.
We
Please.
don't have the fancy rings you got there, Loogie. What if we could perhaps make some sort of deal? Like, we borrow it, and you can borrow something precious of ours to hold on to as compensation.
Well, won't he need it if he's coming with us?
Well, he said
really
he's going
should
to the
get two
door,
more.
right? He said he's only staying at the door.
Well,
He's not actually going to face the demons, right? I'd say whoever is going to, face them would need it more.
I wouldn't feel very comfortable doing that because, what if something awful happened and they, knew we were coming and then they possessed him and then it was all because we took his ring. I would feel really
No, it'd be
badly about
great.
that.
He's already drunk. He'd be useless.
That's right. Fucking useless. Anyway, I can't get the rings
useless.
off.
Good. I'm glad.
You can't?
I mean, we can cut it off.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
that's enough.
no, let's just get some
okay,
butter
I
and,
suppose we can.
rub it on his hands and slide him off.
Yeah, also, even if you put them on, you'd need to wait for them to attune to you.
Oh. Gotcha.
Brad, I have a question. There's the channel time. Is that something I can use to just stop time for a little bit?
Let's see what you can do.
So I have decelerate, but it's mostly talking about when you get damage dealt to you.
Let's see here. Yeah, you have a small amount of control over a very small amount of time because you are still fledgling chronomancer. So all you can really do here, you can, it does exactly what it says on the tin. If you get hit by damage, you can delay taking that damage for 1 turn.
Okay.
It's a reactive spell.
What about channel time?
Channel time is that you gain the ability to channel time. No, that
Channel time, I think, is
channel
just the
time is-
header for
yeah.
our spells. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You pick one of those 3 things that you can do there. Yeah, I was seeing if there was something else, but no, yeah.
We
So-
can do them twice before a long rest, and one of them is accelerate or decelerate. And
Okay.
surge? Oh, yeah, that's like. Wait, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's
Never
it.
mind.
You can do
Okay,
accelerate,
alright.
decelerate, or surge. Those are the
Right.
3 spells underneath the channel time. So channel time is the like the header for what it is. That's the you have 2 channel times, and you can use them for one of those 3 things.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't do anything on its own. It's just the
Sorry, the way it was laid out confused me.
yeah, it's
I
cool.
understand
It's
now.
based on a cleric. Clerics have a thing called channel divinity, and paladins do as well. And essentially, it's the same mechanic, which is why it's laid out that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a subsect. It's not really a singular ability, but it's also not really a spell because it doesn't use a spell slot. So it's like its own halfway between an ability spell thing, I think is why it's
Okay.
laid out that way.
So while I'm sitting here thinking about all these, maybe because I don't fully understand my time travel stuff anyway, but then it clicks in my head and I look at Loogie. You said that whistleweed is a drug of some kind?
Yeah, go on, hand some over, come on.
What if we try to drug the people there? Or trade it for
What?
getting access?
You want to drug that fucking cult?
Yeah. I mean, it's a thought. I don't know if you guys have a better idea.
Well, whatever you give them has to be a bit more potent than this. No offense, Aura.
No, I only put a little bit in. I didn't know how much you could
How's it
handle.
working out for you? You seeing strange shapes yet?
No, unfortunately.
You know, I saw a color that doesn't exist. First time
Really?
I tried whistle. Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know how to explain that to you.
I was hoping I could trick you into picking a color that does exist.
So you want to drug an entire temple?
It'd be easier just to smoke them out with fire.
We could put it in their
You
holy
want
water.
to put the temple on fire?
Let's set the fucking Temple of Ice on fire.
We
That's
give
a great
shit
idea.
if we put a demon temple, a cultist demon temple on fire. Do we actually care?
I mean, yes.
Do they
There
get
are
affected
demons
by
in it.
fire? They're demons.
But are
They
they
might
all
like that.
demons? Or just
And
the...
I'd assume they bathe in that shit.
Yeah. Do they take like a communion or something? We could put the hallucinogen in the communion.
That would take, we don't know how much. We would need someone on the inside to know that. And if we smoke out the cultists, not all of them are demons. We can get them out, and then the temple won't have all those people in it at least. Leaves it a lot clearer for us.
All right.
No one, we haven't even scouted it out. Kalugi, have you been there recently at all?
I don't fucking go nowhere near the fucking place, actually, but, I did have a little pop in.
Yeah.
And when I say pop in, I mean I got near it. I got kind of across the river. You can see it from across the river, and I stood to it, and I had a look, to see if what was going on.
What was going on?
Quite a lot, actually. It's a fucking temple to Auril, and she's a fucking ice bitch. So that means that everyone's fucking going there at the moment because of the fucking snow.
I reach over and I just put a gentle palm on his forearm because I know he went here and that's what fucked him up and why he's drinking so heavily. So I'm just gently my drinking buddy while he talks.
He glances towards you, but continues speaking, saying, "Listen, the place is probably run by this fucking demon, right?
Right.
That's my best guess. But all the people that are going in there probably ain't. They're just scared, right? Don't you fucking know shit about the fucking temple? You're a fucking whatever the fuck you are."
Right. I would think you would have a lot more to say with your,
Wait, so if everyone's going there, then what makes it to where we can't go there?
We could. I think that's his point.
Everyone
why
can
don't
go
we
there
just-
if you want to go there. Just pretend as you're a fucking initiate.
Sure.
But if it's run by a fucking telepathic demon, he's gonna see straight through your bullshit, right?
Well, just think about whatever Bo thinks about.
Whore.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I think about.
We do. Maybe you
what are you
think it
thinking about?
loudly, and he'll see what
I'm
you
not
Give him
telling you
some
what.
whistleweed. See what he says.
No.
We could all have the
Well, we
whistleweed
could
and then
do
we
that.
would believe that we wanted to join
We
this.
could all try a little bit of whistleweed, and
Oh,
then we
boy.
could all fucking wander
Sounds
on
like a-
over.
Great idea.
Well, we need to disguise this guy, and I point to Grim. Maybe give him a robe or something.
I don't think we can disguise him.
I
Give
don't
him a
need a
robe.
robe. I don't need any whistleweed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I say we scope it out from across the river, like you said, and then we just act like we want to be a part of it.
All right. I'm down.
You're gonna have to look afraid.
I think I can do that.
Now the question is, can you do that, Grim? Can you look afraid?
No.
Exactly. Maybe you and
He's
me.
got resting bitch face.
Yeah, he does. We'll say he's our escort. That we were having some trouble with some bandits, and he decided to.
I
escort
do
us.
love an escort.
So, does that work?
Fine. Or
Oh,
we could send in that one. He looks fucking terrified.
Well, I don't look terrified, okay? You're confusing terrified with drunk.
What about if we just send him in first? They can't read his fucking mind with all of his trinkets.
That's fucking true,
That's
you
a
know.
very good
Like, I
idea.
can't read my fucking mind. I'll just, but you know, I mean, if they can, well, I suppose, you know, I could probably just run away.
Yes. I think if you're all right with it, that is, I think this is the best idea we've had yet.
I said I'm drunk, not
Do it.
fucking afraid.
Scope it out from the river.
Of course not,
Go
but
across. We send him in. He scouts it out, comes back and tells us what he sees. And then we make a plan. We go in.
I like that.
Give me religion checks and see what you know about Auril,
I am pretty sure they won't let him out again.
the Frost Maiden.
13.
13, 14, all the same. You all get the same score, basically. Okay, so Auril is the cold goddess, the goddess of winter, the Frost Maiden. She is not really a good god, you know, like the traditional pantheon of gods has like good and evil and neutral and all that kind of stuff, and it's a little blurry. People worship Auril out of fear, basically. They fear her, and they fear that not worshipping her is going to bring about a fucking icy end of the world, or at least one for themselves. So a lot of people end up turning to the church for that reason. It's a very small sect. It's not one that most people really know a huge amount about. If you've ever spoken to anyone about it or witnessed any of their practices, it is a lot of the time people see them as being like quite cruel. They do stuff like make you wear shoes with ice in to test your faith and things like that, and walk around the town. And it's not really dark and ritualistic like you would expect from a cult. While Kalugi refers to them as a cult, they're not really recognized as one. They are recognized as a religion, but a pretty hardcore one, a very fringe, darker religion. The clerics that come out of it are still relatively well respected as like divine to a degree, in the same way that Grim here is a paladin of Bane, which is just about as evil. You send him in, he's like a dark paladin, right? He's not necessarily a good guy. He's not the shining knight in armor that you might find from somebody from like the Church of Lathander or something like that. So this goddess is one that is really not one that I think anyone really gives a fuck about. I don't think anyone's probably even heard of it in Dustvale. Like, it's this type of thing that you would only have read in a book.
All right.
Dustvale has only ever seen snow once, very briefly, and it was about 500 years ago. And then,
so I wasn't around for it. All right.
By this point, no one even remembers it, and it's just a story that people tell children at Christmas, that kind of thing.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't really read those types of books, so I'll just be clueless.
Yeah, it's a pretty small temple, and it would be a pretty small sect. That being said, obviously it is snowing a lot at the moment, and it has come out of nowhere in the middle of summer, so the fact that their Kalugi saw a lot more people coming and going would, I guess, maybe make sense to you. So that's probably all you would know about Auril. Auril is spelt Auril, like this. So a lot of these gods have the same names as the ones from the Forgotten Realms, because it's easier than making my whole pantheon from scratch, because it's a goddamn nightmare. I've done it before. I promised I would never do it again. But they don't necessarily have the same backstory. I just take the same name and general thing. Frost Maiden, Frost Cold God, called Auril. So for those of you that are watching and you're like, that's one from the Forgotten Realms, I know all about her and her backstory. It doesn't exist. But
they
have the same name. It's much easier than making a pantheon from scratch. So you can only go on what you hear from me, unfortunately. But a lot of the information is very similar. So Grim pushes away from the table and says,
all right, so we're going to head over there, send in the Craven, and then when he comes running out, pissing his pants, then what?
Well, he's gonna tell us what he sees, hopefully.
What if they kill him?
They won't.
I doubt they're gonna kill him.
Yeah, they probably won't kill me. I'm pretty good and handy with that thing there.
What if they do sacrifices in there?
I mean, they definitely do fucking sacrifices. It's a fucking cult with a demon at the head, right? No?
Well, we're getting nothing done here. We should at least go scope it out.
Well,
I agree with that. I'm getting a little anxious.
all right. I suppose we could just fucking head over there then, shall we? And fucking I'll wander in.
Should we really send him in alone, or
Is there
or
Brad, is there a like library or somewhere where we can see like the layout of some of the city buildings in like for this temple and whatnot?
Give me a what would you have? You need like a local knowledge. I guess give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
I bet your Assassin's Guild would probably have blueprints.
19.
Yeah, even the assassins might have it.
It's it's not really like modern day where they have architectural blueprints and structural layouts that they then, document and keep in some place, a library or, some governmental building.
But would it be something that like if the assassins or thieves had it because they're obviously working and they probably scope out a lot of these places?
It's a lot more likely that your guild would have either some knowledge on it or access to something like that. But generally speaking, it's just not a done thing. To have any, you'd probably just have to hope that somebody at some point assassinated someone at the Temple of Auril.
Considering it's a effed up cult, not really, but but technically yes. I guarantee someone's wanted at least one person in that cult dead.
It's very possible, and also your guild has had a lot of fingers in pies to do with politics and the amount of people that have been assassinated by the guild that were in like positions of power, as opposed to just some random lowly, person like, he slept with my wife, and then they get him killed. It's pretty common, but I mean, you're often hired to do these things, so taking out high-level priests and things is possible. But again, this is a small church, this is like I don't know what this is, like the fucking Westboro Baptist Church, something like that, but there's only like 20 members, and they're generally not well
members that are
liked.
very loud and draw nationwide attention. I think it's something that people would still know, especially if you're on the seedier side of life.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't think you would assume that there's anything like a library or anywhere. Your guild might have some knowledge on it.
Okay.
But on a 19, not 100% sure, but pretty sure that it's going to be way less likely than if it were, like the fortress in town, the big fortress and city, like probably the Assassin's Guild have got everything mapped out, that kind of thing. But this kind of throwaway temple that's on the outskirts of the old town here is...
It's like a 7-Eleven.
A lot less likely, but you could potentially inquire for sure, yeah.
There might be something worth inquiring. I guess I walked back up to the table because I was standing guard, and I'm like, well, I could inquire with my the people that I know, see if they know anything about this temple, the layout, the people that are in it, what we need to prepare for.
Did you want to do that while we were? Did you want to do that first, or at the same time, or?
Probably do it on the way. Just stop there real quick, ask a couple questions, leave, keep going.
All right.
So there's a tavern, so if you guys wanted to keep drinking, you could stay in the tavern and I'll go down. And I look at Grim and I'm like, with that guy there, no one's gonna mess with you. If you want to get going.
Which fucking tavern is it?
I think we should.
I have no idea.
Oh, because there's a few taverns that I can't step foot in anymore.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure that you can step foot in it.
All right.
Just don't cause any trouble.
I'll do my best.
Nope, don't cause any trouble. That's the deal. You can sit outside and we can bring you the whiskey and you can, sit next to the pigs.
All right.
I just turn around and start walking down.
She's just like that. Yes.
Alrighty then, let's fucking go, cause it's been a while, But it's not like I don't do it every fucking night, in a way, sort of, in my mind.
You're gonna be great.
He puts up his hood again. He looks like he's a lot more prepared for battle than he did last night. You know, he was
Right.
he was in like casual wear, and although he has all of his weapons and his rings and things, he seems to be a lot more prepared. He actually looks a lot more like Ellie. He looks more like an assassin than he does.
It's very impressive, actually, because yesterday he looked like a, loser.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's true.
No, he totally did.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he's in whatever his version of a battle garb is. So the bunch of you, I guess, head towards the Duke and Trap. Yeah?
Right. Yes.
So we're going first?
Yeah, the Duke and Trap.
Oh, alrighty then. Okay,
It's
so
some
do you just
recon.
do you take them all into this bar and then just abandon them? Is that what's happening?
No, I think I would walk him in and
I don't go inside. I'll stand outside and watch the snow and marvel at the very tall buildings I'm not used to.
Alright,
Well,
who's staying outside? Kalugi is blown away that you've taken him to the Duke and Trap.
Why?
I can't fucking go in there.
It's all right. We'll wait outside.
Okay, you guys wait outside, and Grim, what are you doing? You waiting outside with these guys?
In fact, actually. Kalugi is like wide-eyed, terrified. I mean, fucking,
That's a great. Yes, that's the face. I think you got it.
I'd rather
You
fucking
just-
go into the fucking Temple of Auril and fight a fucking demon than go into that fucking place. Are you fucking crazy? Wait a
Yeah,
minute,
why's
that means
that?
that you're one of the... Oh, jeez. Okay, right. Okay, well then, I'm gonna stand just right here, okay, on the edge of the...
It's just
Over
remember
there.
the face you're making
You know
now.
what-
It's perfect.
You know what that means if she's going in there?
No. Would you like to tell me, or?
No,
I
don't wanna
walk
tell her.
in,
Very
and I
dangerous.
try to
Very
spot
dangerous.
like 2 people I know, and do I see anyone I know?
I think you probably just know that the bar staff are all insiders. You know, there's probably a young elven woman who
I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, can you take care of the people outside? They're a little nervous about walking in here. I got something to do."
gives
And
you
she's
a
probably
wink.
seen me several times.
Take
Yeah, she
care.
knows- she knows
Does
what's
that
going
mean
on.
what I think it means?
This place is a complete shithole, by the way. Like, it's
No, I mean
broken.
alcohol.
There's like all these really old like wooden chandeliers that are just falling apart. There's these beams that run across that are covered in like mildew. All of the tables are broken and chipped. There's only like 2 or 3 people even in here, and they're like the scariest looking people of all time, just sitting in a corner. They look like pirates or something, completely misplaced. Just straight up bandits. And
I look at one of them like, "Hey, Charles."
hello, you all right? And he's like super friendly, like you've known him forever, and he's not even an insider. He's just always drinking there. Yeah, the barmaid gives you a wink, a knowing wink, and then you head in.
No, don't take care of them like that. I mean alcohol. They need a drink, calm the nerves. You know, you get what I'm saying.
Oh, all right, yeah, no, I can do that for you, love. All right,
Yeah,
no
maybe
problem.
put on the charm. You know, you're attractive, and there's a
Oh,
couple.
all right, Grim, how's it going?
All right. Yeah, I'll have a drink. Come on, give me a tankard.
All right, yeah, coming right up. Who else is
Figured you
going in? Sooner and Kalugi are staying outside.
I'm staying
Well,
outside.
I'll join
Outside.
Grim. Why not?
You and Grim are inside.
Yeah.
Have you been in here, Bo? Do you know this place? This is a thieves
Walk
hangout.
through.
Yeah, I've walked through, but I can't say I'm very comfortable in there too. So I'm gonna avoid making eye contact of any sort and just look at the fireplace. If there's a fire still going, if not, I'm just gonna look there anyway and
Yeah,
just
there's
pretend I'm looking at a nice fire.
There's a fireplace, and it's probably going. It's cold out, real cold. So yeah, you and Grim head in. Grim just walks straight to a table and sits down, and like this tiny little stool, his giant plated armor, and he leans on the table and waits for the barmaid to bring over a drink for him. Bo's standing somewhere nearby. The 2 other members of the bar are kind of looking over before they don't give a fuck, and the place is extremely dimly lit anyway, so every single area of this tavern is darkly lit. Ellie kind of vanishes into a disappearing room somewhere, and yeah, outside, give me perception checks, Aura and Suna.
11.
11.
20.
you guys are kind of standing around, and the evening is picking up. There are people moving up and down the street here. Sooner, there's a really strange noise above you. It sounds like the fluttering of wings.
Oh, not again.
And you look up and you see something move quickly away from the rooftop above where you are, and it looked like a really it looked like a bat, but a big
What the
one.
shit
and,
is that?
And white, probably the size of like a terrier dog, and it flies. You barely glimpse it as it flies over the buildings above you, like 60 feet up.
What the shit is that?
I look up. Do I see it at all?
No. What is it? What'd you say?
I don't. I think I saw a white bird or a bat, or maybe this is good stuff, or I think it might be happening now.
What?
That was awesome.
What does that mean? If she's seeing bats, does it mean something?
Oh.
What does a bat represent?
I don't know. Well, usually it's like a night crawling creature. So something prowling in the night, maybe.
Well, that's
maybe it's my
bodes
own.
Well, doesn't it? We're gonna
telling me.
fucking get prowled on.
Maybe she is a vampire. Maybe that's symbolism.
I mean, maybe you maybe actually saw something.
I saw a very big, large white bat. Right.
I'm gonna start scanning the skies.
Yeah. Kaluga's doing the same thing. He's like looking up at the
I will also try harder to find it.
Inside the let's see here. Hang on. We roll 3 dice. Inside the Assassin's Guild. As with most evenings, as night falls, the Assassin's Guild falls quiet and relatively empty. What are you doing and who are you looking for first?
I'm gonna go look for the dwarf, the old dwarf that is usually there.
He appears to be the only one here. Even the younglings have gone. Holcon, the old dwarf, is sitting not in that rounded room, but in what is essentially like another area. It's an area where you would teach the younger initiates who genuinely have to learn about the world and things like that. He just appears to be tidying. He doesn't appear to be doing anything. And as you walk in, he doesn't turn around. He just says, "All right."
Yeah, I need your help.
What's that then?
What do you know about the Temple of Auril?
Let's see what he knows about a Temple of Auril. He gets advantage. Wow.
Bunch of right crazy bastards. I'm picking up business as well. What do you need to know?
Well, I'm with some people that need to get in.
Right.
Doesn't seem like it's the smartest idea, but we're looking for something specific. And do you know the general layout? What we should be prepared for? What kind of people are inside besides obviously the worshippers?
Nutbags. A lot of them. Lost their minds, ain't got nowhere else to turn, you know. It's a tower. 2 towers connected. A wee bit at the back. I've been in there once or twice. Take a look around. Don't know about who's in charge now. Used to be a big tall fella. Missing an eye.
Do you know his name, this guy?
Jandre, Joe. No.
Okay, you don't know his name. Do you know anyone that might know? Do you think Zach will know some information, or anyone else around here? Has anyone gone on a mission near there?
Not that I know of. You probably better consult the ledger. I'd tell you who's in charge now.
Yeah, okay. Do I know where the ledger is? I should know where. Yeah. Oh, great. This is round 3 of going into Zach's office. All right. Well, thanks, man.
Alright, what are you doing going over there?
Oh, I'm looking for a demon.
Aye, what are you really doing?
Wish me luck. What do you know about demons?
Let's see. Nasty bastards creep in your room. You know, whisper sweet things in your ear, snatch up your young'uns.
No, I'm not worried about that. What about some weaknesses?
I don't think they like fire. Oh wait, no, maybe they do like fire. One or the other.
That doesn't help. Like, thanks, old man. And I just walk out.
Yeah, you're heading over to where Zach's office is?
Yep.
Knocking or walking in?
I would knock again. I would knock the same way I always knock. I have a certain rhythm that I knock, so he would know it was me.
No response.
I walk in.
Door's locked.
Do I have a key to it?
No. No one but Zach does.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and break it.
Alright, give me a thieves tools check.
Okay. 21.
21! It takes you a long time for what is essentially you're a master lockpicker, but it is ridiculous, this thing that he has installed. He knows what's up. He's got all sorts of little tricks and things in there. There are false latches or whatever they're called, the little pins, and it takes a decent amount of time. You keep failing, breaking a pick, until eventually you feel the thing unlock.
Okay. Yeah, I walk in and I look for the ledger. Actually, he's not in here.
He isn't in there, no. Give me a dexterity saving throw, though.
Okay. Oh, no! No! You gotta be kidding me.
That is a natural 1.
How of all things do I fail dex? I have 20 in dex.
That is amazing. All right, we cut back to Grim and Bo upstairs. It's been a little while, Grim and Bo, since Ellie disappeared into a back room here, and the Grim's probably gotten through a second drink or something like that before he says,
"Taking her time."
Yeah, she's probably just meeting with, her boss. But I am starting to get a little worried.
Worried she's wasting all of our evening.
Well, these things, they take time. However, though, I can't help but feel the need to perhaps maybe knock on the door.
What door?
Well, there's a passageway right under the bar that leads to their hideout.
Whose hideout?
Bo, you are the worst.
Holy shit!
he says,
What is this place then?
Well, it's like a Girl Scout club.
give me a deception check.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Wow.
26.
Natural 26. He cocks his head sideways.
Girl Scout.
Yeah.
She
sells Girl Scout cookies.
It's always the ones that look the most frightening.
I know. That's how she gets good deals. She'll just make you buy more.
Yes. Perhaps you should go and see then.
Yeah. I'll be real quick, okay? I'll snag you a box for free on me, okay? If I can.
Fine.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll be right back in a jiffy.
You go outside and round.
Yeah, I go outside and round.
Yeah, when you head outside, there are 3 people milling around on the corner. Kalugi is kind of swaying, the snow falling and settling on the 3 of them. Sauna looking up at the sky, Aura just staring directly upwards.
I swear I saw it.
It's been a little while, but they're still talking about.
Now, when you say it was a bat, do you think like bats? Aren't bats like black and brown?
Like, right, but it was white and maybe the size of a dog.
Wait, what's the commotion going on here now?
Oh, I think my tea is working, Bo.
No, I think she saw a white bat.
Yes, I think it's just saying
the size of a dog.
Giant dog bats.
Yeah.
Can I check Suna to see if her eyes are dilated or anything?
check
see
me,
if she's doing anything?
Give me a medicine or an insight check, I guess.
Okay, insight or medicine?
Yeah, depending on which one you do, depends on how you approach this, but yeah.
I feel like in my excitement, my eyes are quite dilated.
13.
Yeah, I mean, in an excited way, her eyes are dilated, but it doesn't look like she's really under the effects of any drug or the booze or anything. Her eyes seem pretty normal.
Can I just...
Well, I never noticed the color of your eyes before, Aura.
Yeah, I mean...
Beautiful eyeballs.
Thank you. Do you know where your children live?
What?
Do you know where your children are?
I mean, yes, they're in Dustvale.
Because this was the question I asked her a while back.
Yeah, memory.
And she said
not affected by the looks of it. Yeah.
Okay. And clearly the tea was a bust, but I mean, at least you're having a good time.
Oh yes, it's great.
Kalugi is like put his arm around Bo.
Now maybe you could pop back in there, right?
He hands you his flask.
And if you could fill that up, ask him with the strongest shit well, not the strongest shit, that place is probably poison. The strongest stuff that's not poison, pop that in there and bring it back out to us, would you?
Or you could help us find the bat.
Do you see a bat?
No, I don't see a bat at all. Has Ellie come out? Have you seen Ellie?
What? No, I thought she was with you.
Well, she went to the place.
Yeah, the fucking Assassin's Guild.
Wait, what?
That's what's fucking down there, the assassin. You know, she's a fucking assassin.
You don't know what you're talking about,
I know
okay?
exactly what I'm talking about. Those nasty bastards swindled me.
You've had too much to drink, and I'm just simply inquiring if she's passed by because she had to go.
Should be the Charlatans Guild.
Right. Well, no, we haven't seen her.
All right, yeah, I take it as she hasn't come back. All right, well, I'm starting to get a little worried.
What do you mean
gonna
worried?
go.
Isn't this like where she lives or
yeah, but she doesn't usually take this long.
Where's Grim?
Grim's inside. He's just getting himself a drink.
And you have seen him?
Yeah.
All right. So it's not possible that he's with Ellie.
No, Ellie's by herself.
All right.
Should some of us go scope it out while she's talking to?
Well,
sure.
Yeah, maybe if somebody wants to join Grim inside to keep an eye on him too, that's fine. But yeah, I'll go alone since the people, they've seen me before.
I look at Aura because I know she's uncomfortable at the idea of going in with Grim by herself, and kind of would you like me to go?
Oh, I'm not gonna sit with him. I mean, I'm sorry. He tried to cut my head off. Do we not remember?
No, I know. That's why I said, would you like me to go? Because I can, and you just look over my friend here.
I mean,
pat Kalugi on the shoulder.
You don't need to look after me. I'll be fine.
Right, of course you are.
I'll just take a little bit of that whistle weed.
Well, I'm afraid I had the last of it.
No,
I had the tea
back
at the...
I put it in a pocket. Had my eye on it. She's still got at least half a spoonful left.
Well, maybe after we win, we can have a party.
seems like going into this situation inebriated and or drugged might not be the best plan.
Yeah, that seems like a really great idea. Here you go, Suna. Do you want some more?
Yeah, I do actually. Right. Well, I'll be back.
All right, what are we doing? We're going over there and having a look?
I mean, should we? And I look over at Bo.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking we go in.
You don't want to just see what it's like first, like maybe from a distance?
Well, that's always a good plan first. And then I'm thinking of casting invisibility. Whoever wants to come with me.
I look around because I know that Ellie and probably Suna would not be happy with this plan. I mean, I say we go check it out.
Wait, I thought you wanted me to go inside and get Ellie. Did you not want me to do that?
No.
She's gonna wander
I was
into
just
the
saying
Assassin's
internally,
Guild.
I thought.
Well, should I not? I mean, she's my
It's
friend.
called the fucking Assassin's
My
Guild. I
friend.
mean, I suppose you could just wander in. Why not? What could possibly go fucking wrong?
Well, I mean, they don't want. I'm an old woman. I'm harmless. There's no way they want to assassinate me.
All right.
You'll
We're
be
already down one
surprised.
person and we're not even within half
Actually-
a mile of the fucking temple.
I don't know. Maybe they do want to assassinate me.
They want to assassinate everyone.
Yeah, they want to pretty much get everybody and anybody.
There was that one time that I didn't pay for the seeds that I bought my first year in CT. Maybe is that an assassinatable offense?
I mean,
think so.
I wouldn't think so, but
I don't know what she's talking
for
about.
some seeds.
Look, I had just arrived. I had no memory of where I was, and I was lost, and I needed to make food. So I stole the seeds, and I feel terrible about it.
Don't be. I would have done the same thing.
Well, I know that. That's why I feel so terrible. I'm not a thief.
And
I'm a thief.
no, don't think of it that way. Think of it as, well, hey, these are, tough times.
I was desperate, yes.
There you go. But yes, I'm thinking we go in.
So, do you want me to go get Ellie, or are we just waiting here for her?
Well,
I think it's probably best if I don't go in.
we definitely have to go get Ellie.
Right.
We can't waste another moment. So
I am going into the Assassin's Guild.
Maybe there's like someone that can go downstairs and get her or something.
yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, I can go, and whoever wants to come with me, I will cast invisibility so that we are not seen entering and leaving.
Oh, right. Oh, all right. Well, I can go with you if you'd like.
All right.
Then Aura can stay out here and...
Okay, you be our lookout. If things out here start getting messy or things go wrong, just make the cries of a bird. Just
Or
go
a bat.
caw, or a bat. Wait, what do bats sound like?
I don't know.
Breathe.
Can I try to mmimic the horrific sound that I heard when I...
It was
It
just
was just like a
wings
fluttering,
flapping
right?
that you heard,
Oh,
yeah,
all right,
leathery
all right,
wings.
Like a... like that.
I don't think that's very alarming.
I
I
don't know
think
if we
the
can
bird
even
calls
hear
are
that.
good.
The reason you do bird calls is that it's high pitched
Yeah.
and it travels further. You're
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that are gonna.
Right.
This is
So,
really.
like- Okay,
I'll
all
just
right.
do a bird call. I mean,
Yeah, bird
yeah.
calls are good.
All right.
All right, and then what's the plan if you do a bird call?
Better yet, make it sound like you're on heat. It will definitely sound more, alarming.
Right, yeah, do a horny bird call, but then what?
Well, then that's when we know to get the hell out of there.
Should we just wait for her to come back out? I mean, I don't know what she's doing down there, but maybe we should just wait.
Grim's getting really anxious in there. That's why I'm out here, because he's
Maybe
the
he
one.
should come out here. Actually, on second thought, I look over at Aura. Maybe not. He's fine.
It's fine.
He'll be
he
up.
can be
He'll
around.
Be fine.
I
He can
almost
be around
fine.
me. I just don't want to have, social time with him.
He's a big boy. He'll be fine in the Assassin's Guild.
By the way, just FYI, he thinks that Ellie is a Girl Scout and she sells cookies. Just go along
What
with
the
it,
fuck
okay?
is a Girl Scout?
Tell you what, she definitely
they-
isn't a
Okay,
Girl
we get
Scout.
them around here. Okay, around these parts, you probably know.
What is Girl Scout?
They are girls in uniforms, and they sell cookies.
Yeah, she totally does that.
The mints are the best.
That sounds lovely, actually.
Yes.
I would buy cookies from a girl in uniform.
But that's not actually what Ellie does.
And
So
she even
you just
eat
go
cookies.
along with it, though. Just go along with it. If Grim
All right.
out it brings it
All
up, just yeah. All right. Okay.
All
So, Suna, you ready?
Right, yes. Yes, I'm ready. Invisible me.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We're gonna make sure that there's this people around, so that we have a way of getting in and getting out.
Well,
Hopefully, there's some traffic.
I mean, I'm just having this thought. As you're casting this.
And then as you say that, you
you
vanish.
were saying.
Just having this thought.
I mean, you can still speak. You can still be heard.
Don't you think they might have, some sort of device or ability to
I call it.
sense me?
Learn how to do that myself.
Yeah, that's demon stuff. I doubt there's, are there such thing as demon assassins?
Caca. I don't know, but this is pretty cool. You can't see me, Aura? I'm about to poke your cheek.
No, and then I feel her touch my cheek, smushing my face. What if I don't know, one of us can just wait for Ellie. Maybe it's not worth the risk to go down there and get her.
Well,
I was saying,
of turning
Trust
themselves
me.
invisible now.
Trust me. I had this gut feeling before when we were in the mansion, and what I saw was it wasn't pretty.
I'm at the door.
Oh,
Are you coming, Bo?
Yes, I'm right behind you. I'm not really, but I'm making my way.
just be careful.
Are you
We
still
will.
here? Oh, they are.
All right, and we start making our way to the
Oh shit! Look at that! Look, he's looking at the footprints that appear in the snow, right? Like they're
You see that
invisible.
footprint, and don't forget there's also a little hole where my walking stick is.
Yeah.
So it's 2 shuffling feet and a walking stick.
Kalugi just leans against a wall and looks at you, Aura. So where the fuck are you from then?
I'm from Alexandria, up in the Bame Forest area.
You're from the fucking forest.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Are
are you
you
doing here?
Are you from here, or did you move here?
How dare you?
I mean, I don't. Why is that offensive? I mean,
That's where we end today's session.
No way! You gotta tell me what happens to me.
No fucking way am I telling you what happens to you.
You gotta wait.
Why?
Because
That's suspense.
because I like to leave you in suspense. I also like it when you break into places, and I love how you've broken into so many places. Like you've been so
Consistently bad at breaking in.
incredibly overly cautious about breaking into places until this one door. You've checked every single doorway in this campaign since you were cursed, or every single one all the way up to this door. It's
I know.
fucking just delicious.
Well, I also crit fail when I have 20 decks.
Fucking
so...
beautiful, yeah. I love it. You got my GM.
It kind
blood
of makes sense though
going.
that she would be a little less like she'd have her guard down in
Yeah.
like the one place where she feels
Yes.
safe.
Yeah, right. Oh
Makes
wait.
complete sense.
Yeah.
So like this is the one place where she's like, I'm safe here, and then she's gonna get fucking annihilated. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Right, kill me. Okay, I get it.
I love
I'll come back as Zach.
All right. Well, we'll find out next week the answers to all of your questions. You have a sort of plan. You're just desperately trying to get the ball rolling. The idea is to not all die before you get to the temple to Auril. And we'll find out whether they're successful next week. What do you think, chat? Will they be successful? I vote no.
We need your blessings, please.
Well, we can be, but it's been difficult finding a plan. And the one plan we had was to go to the Thieves Guild, and the door's locked, and I break in and get fucking crit fail. So
Yeah, it was beautiful. Just
no, it wasn't at all.
loved it. We'll find out next time what precisely has happened, maybe. And,
But at least I'm a Girl Scout now, so that's good.
yeah, you have to
Does
walk
she
out
even
with.
eat cookies? Was my favorite line.
There's like for sure. There's at least like a walk-in closet with lots of outfits, like Hitman style, in this Assassin's Guild. And there's got to be a.
Does she have a Girl Scout
There's
uniform?
got to be a Girl Scout uniform in
Yes.
there that she can walk out.
Oh,
And be like,
when
"Ah!"
Ellie was like 15, she could totally pass for a Girl Scout. That's how she killed a few people.
Right,
The name
yeah.
of the episode.
They would answer the
Ellie
door
is a
and
Girl
you would
Scout.
There you go.
Scout.
That's the next flashback episode.
The Girl Scout.
The Girl Scout episode. All right, let's do a quick round of shout outs and then we'll all go and work on our Girl Scout cosplays for when we do that flashback episode.
Oh my god.
Let's start with Katie Peters Plays. Where can people find you and what do you do there? And why do you think you offended Kalugi Salatio?
Yes,
Because he
please.
was drunk and he seems kind of sad. So maybe his
Kind of.
identity is based on where he comes from, and the fact that I asked him if he moved there was just so highly offensive that he, probably had a little bit of a mini breakdown.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's in the throes of a breakdown right now.
Nice theory.
Poor guy.
Go and pop it into the Discord channel. But where can people find you in the week when they need to go and question you about a Shiwi?
About Shiwis. My name is Katie Peters Plays. You can find me on Katie Peters Plays on Twitch and at Play Katie Play on Twitter, because I am one letter too long to fit Katie Peters Plays on Twitch or Twitter. I play a lot of games over there and we have fun, so come say hi. And I'm also sometimes around for Gone on Wednesdays, which is PB's new show. So
Yay. Also,
Yes.
she has the best sip emote on Twitch right now, which
She
is
does now,
literally
yeah.
taken from today's episode. So you need to go smack that follow button.
She's also the world's foremost knowledge on Shiwis.
Yes, that too. Shiwi emote when.
I'm gonna start this meme, and I want it to follow you for the rest of your career.
that makes me, if there's one thing to be known for, I'll be known for Shiwi.
Maybe you'll get a sponsorship.
That's the dream.
What about you, Disby? What are you doing when you're not here? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me here at Twitch at DisBRX. You might find me playing a lot of scary games, so if you're into that stuff, come hang out. And I'll be playing a whole lot of Animal Crossing when that comes out. Comes out real soon. I'm so excited.
I don't know anything about Animal Crossing, like nothing at all. It's crazy. I missed the whole thing somehow.
You should play it.
Yeah.
I also missed it.
I don't know anything about it. I saw one thing yesterday that had an Animal Crossing thing on it and was like, what the hell is that? And Emma was like, that's from Animal Crossing. Would you live under a rock? Didn't know.
Cool story, Brad.
Thank you so much. I'm the GM. I'm super tired. I've been extremely tired this whole I feel really sick and rough. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, and it's all catching up with me right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna.
You're sick?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have it.
Happening. No,
I'm
I
just
don't know.
kidding. I'm joking.
It's not that. I don't think. We'll find out tomorrow, maybe.
I got lucky because the week that I was gone or whatever, or that we didn't have any shows, I got really sick with tonsillitis. So
Yeah, I know. You were tweeting
I
last
couldn't
Sunday
talk or
I can't. I'm dying. I was like, oh God.
I sounded like Grim too. Yeah. I also became an evil paladin during that time.
Yeah. We could have played Grim if we'd done this last week. I feel rough as hell. I have felt extremely rough all weekend and all week. And it's just, this morning I woke up and was like, oh no, I can't do anything today. But then instead I just decided to fill myself with caffeine, and I can assure you that it's all worn off. That's that. Great story. I'm falling asleep. Pocket, where can people find you in the week? Quick, before I collapse.
At Pocket on Twitch and Twitter. Just at Pocket. I've been playing RimWorld and just talking and having fun. I'm the Girl Scout assassin that's about to get fucking one-shot by my own dad.
A nuclear device goes off.
Suddenly a bomb goes off in the Assassin's Guild and we're all dead now.
Yeah. They open the door and there's just nothing. It's just a crater. All right. Well, go and check out Pocket during the week. Playing some RimWorld in the swamp. And what about you, PB? Tell us everything we need to know about Gone. Quick.
Oh, no.
Oh, right.
You'll have to go
well,
and
thanks
watch
so
it.
much for watching, everyone.
Wait a minute. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Take us out.
All right, go and
Hi,
watch
I'm
Pumpkin
PB.
Berry.
You
Are
can
you still
find
playing
me
Earthbound?
I am.
That's a long game, or is it just
Yeah,
taking you
it
a long
is.
time to get through it?
Oh, it's a long fucking grindy game.
How many hours are you in?
I don't want to think about it.
All right. Well,
No, I'm kidding. I'm enjoying it. That's what I'm doing through the week. And on Wednesdays, I am jamming Vaughn. And
brand new
Brad and
show,
Pete.
Gone.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Make sure you watch it. There's a ZBO
Rack is
question
screaming at
and
us to
answer.
mention the ZBO Q&A tomorrow. You know, we don't do that to him when he forgets our shit.
I
Whack.
know, he's just the weirdest
absurd.
and worst person I've ever known. ZBO Q&A tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is the round table that we couldn't do last week because Pocket was sick. She's joining us for the ZBO round table. All
yes,
right.
it's her fault, right?
I am imploding like a dying star
I'll
right
take
now,
the
so we're
blame.
going to
I'll take the blame. Okay, I'll take it.
See you all next.
See you
Don't
next
tell me.
week. Thank you so much for watching the show. Bye. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.